Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah, you can hear me. What's up? Happy Friday. Boop! I don't know what that was. Okay! Everything is, we are professional streamers here. I don't know what that was. It could have been the level 5 hype train before the stream even started. But I don't know. What are you guys even doing here? Dr. Overdose starting it out with gifting a sub to Stream Elements. Because of this. And then Husher gifting 10 subs. Followed by Dr. Overdose trying to kick off a hype train. By cheering poop bits, but not being successful until Silent then gifted a sub. It's not working. And then Ari gave 5 gifted subs. Thank you guys so much. You're legendary. Thank you. Seriously, thank you, thank you. And happy Friday. How's everyone doing? It does not feel like I'm live right now. This is very odd and weird. Oh, I just realized why. I'm an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. I'm so silly. How did I have this set up? It's fine. I'll figure it out later. Hi, you guys. Who should recap? Ooh, vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. I don't want to be in that poll. Don't vote for me, please. Form. Happy evening. Happy evening. Ari, how are you? Silent. Hello. Dr. Overdose. We got. Oh, my things aren't highlighted. Who's. Husher. Hi. How are you? And then Erica. I think I haven't said hi yet. Hello, happy evening. This is not going well. I usually have parts of my stream highlighted. Dr. Overdose, I'm just gonna read all the names. Form, Husher, Rin, hi, how are you? Happy Friday. Silent, Blonde, what's up? Hi, Addie, okay. Hi, I'm gonna call you Addie, is that okay? Hi, Addie, how are you? Form, you left your, do you go to the dry cleaner? Jesus, how are you? Hi. You don't have to be sorry for a delay. There was no delay, Ari. How are you? Mother Trucker. How's it going? How's it going? Make sure you vote in the poll for who's recapping. Why? What? I just want to say that I think Mother Trucker has only done one recap. So, Vote for Potatosaurus is a vote to support. How do we delete mod messages? Are you still a mod? Husher, are you still a mod? I didn't delete your mod status by doing that, did I? Can you type in chat, please? I'm scared now. Okay, you're still not beautiful. I appreciate whoever voted for me. Well, anyway, I hope you guys are fantastic today. Thank you guys again for the level 5 hype train before I even started stream. You guys are absolutely bonkers. And I appreciate it a lot. Happy Friday. I hope your week has been fantastic. The first full week of January 2023. It's been wild. It's been wild. But I hope it's been fantastic. Okay, let's pop on over. You lost your frozen potato ration. Of course you did. Let's pop on over. Are we ready? You guys? Okay, this is gonna be like the fastest thing ever. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Hi. How's it going?
Great.
Good.
Wonderful.
Good. It's only been 1 week since the new year.
Too late. I think Taylor got all the votes.
Vote for Mother Trucker. She's only done
Stop
one
it.
recap. She's only she doesn't want to do it.
You've only done one.
I think most of us have only done one.
Oh, you want me to help you now that you just threw me under the bus?
I talk for 3 hours every Friday. I don't know why my name's even on there.
Mother Trucker,
5 or something.
You made me cry tears. That deserves you to do this recap today. All of you made me cry tears.
So we're each taking a paragraph? That's what I'm hearing. Form, you traitor. You traitor.
Just seeing it.
Yes.
I need to edit this and make it easier. What are you editing? Where is the recap? I thought I had it open.
It's in our campaign chat.
Oh, here it is. I already opened it. Okay.
You can always do rollies first.
Yeah, let's do some rollies.
Well, if he wants to edit, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about.
No. Form, stop it. Form, stop it. Stop it. Get out of that. Get out of there. Stop editing things. It's fine.
Look, I'm watching him do it.
I am too. Stop it. Anonymous llama's in there too. Form. He's highlighting so we can all do a paragraph.
Oh wait, now I have to find it.
Oh my god.
I gotta run the command. There we go.
Oh, I added something. Bazinga!
That's the wrong one.
So now, if you need an update on where we've been, you can either go check out the quest log that Form has made, which is the faster way to do it, or you can check out the D&D sessions. Damn it! Or you can check out the D&D sessions on YouTube that are all there for you to enjoy. Form, I won the vote. I don't know what you're doing in there. I can't edit it at all.
I don't even like blue.
I don't even like blue. Okay, let's do some rollies.
I'm like, mine's not even highlighted. Am I looking at the wrong document? I don't see any highlights in here.
Change the color of the text.
I know he's.
Sweet Lord, how long? Okay, I see day 8, day 9. I mean, these are day 9 of us playing, but this is actually, I mean, if you really think about the number of days that we've spent, I'd say
9.
Probably, yeah, like session 9, but I'm trying to think of like time in the world, right? So, you know, it's been a few weeks after you left Stormwreck, right? But with the number of long rests that you took, I mean, Stormwreck, you're probably there for 4 or 5 days, I think, with the long rests, give or take. So I think the characters have all known each other for about a month or so now, right? Like you left the dock, took the boat, about a weekish, right? Stormwreck Island, you did several long rests. They say we'll just round it to like another week or a 10-day, right? And then now we've got, yeah, so yeah, it's been about 30 days. You guys known each other probably a little over 35, 40 days or so.
Sorry, this is gonna look weird.
Quick, everybody look up so we're all looking at the same thing.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's do rollies and then we'll do the recap.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's see who who do. Let's see what we do. We do All right, let's do I don't want to break up any friendships here, but let's do Garmy versus Brea. And then Potato versus Silent.
Ladies first.
We don't want to ruin any fellowships. Fellowships
You
of the
calling a
leg.
lady?
All right, we got Brea with a 12. Coming right out of the gate strong. Can Garmy do it?
Nope.
How come I don't hear
one for
sounds?
Brea.
It's muted, that's why.
All right, Brea's up by 1. Garmy pulls a move.
1-1.
1-1.
Why is it always neck and neck with us?
Will Garmy pull out the natural 20? Oh, 2 Brea, 1 Garmy. Come on. Come on. Oh. Next time we'll have to
Brea for the win.
we'll have to let you use your rolled numbers next time, like, right? You're like, hold on, I rolled my 2
No,
portents. I'm gonna replace
I have a 19 still to use for my portents.
All right, so Brea wins
that
round
fight,
1.
This fight.
This is the first part of the community building.
All right, so Potatosaurus versus Silent. Who wants to go first? Yuki versus Karoust.
I
You go
got
first.
it.
Oh god, I should have gone first.
Oh, it comes out of the gate
Oh,
strong.
it's a 16! I thought it said 6.
Here we go. I'm
Get those
never
bad
hitting
rolls
above
out of the way,
10.
Silent.
Jesus. Okay,
Ooh.
calm down.
Oh, 1-1.
How
Yuki
about you
come
calm
back
down,
with a
sir?
knife in the back.
Lord.
Oh.
Right, I had a 1-2.
That should be an automatic win. Just saying.
You,
I barely beat that.
2-1. Yuki
Yes.
is ahead.
Oh no! Yes!
2-2.
Okay,
neck
okay,
and
okay.
neck. Clutch
All right.
plays. Clutch.
Oh no.
Let me hit the 1 though.
Oh my god.
2-3.
Oh, what are the odds of
Wow.
that? All right, so
Pretty even.
all right. Yuki versus Brea. Let's clear this chat. Yuki, you go first.
Okay.
Let's get ready to dice roll. All right, Yuki's up. Yuki is up.
Rigged.
13. 8.
What
8.
the-
What?
What are the odds of this? All right, so
13?
2-0.
Oh. So, dear God. Okay.
What's ambient noise?
Came out.
Ambient volume. What is that? Is that
Are
the
you talking
dice
about
rolling?
for global?
Yeah.
Ambient is if I use any sound effects that have ambient sound effects, like, animals, birds
Okay.
chirping. I don't really use any ambient sounds and so far. So, because I mean, I'm really there listening, waiting to hear
Okay.
your heartbreak.
I'm just trying to get the dice to sound a little louder.
I don't know if dice rolls are ambient. Are they? It's,
I don't know. Somebody roll and we'll find out. Ooh.
did it sound any different?
Yeah. But it's interface, not. I think
Oh,
we're
yes,
good.
interface sound.
Yeah, I think it's interface.
All right, so did I inadvertently delete the rolls? You already won, right? Silent,
I
you
won.
won?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
silent one.
All right, so let's see. Let's take a look here.
He cheated.
Let us see.
Wait, who won?
Me.
Against. Who won Garmy versus Brea?
I did.
Right.
Brea did.
And then
Brea
you guys
did.
already did
Yeah.
you first Silent? Wow, and then Silent won. Hmm.
I will. Here's your boon. I will let you choose for. Trying to find a fair number that's not insane. 3 times during this game, after you take damage, I will allow you to be immune to that damage type, but I will let you choose it after the roll.
Okay. Interesting.
To any damage that's not necrotic, which, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not planning on throwing necrotic damage at you. So for 3 times after the roll, because I'm being forgiving here on this one, you get to be immune to that damage type. However, once you use this, I will then at this time give the bad guys the same thing after you use it the first time. To be used when I choose. There's a trade-off, right? Do you really want to use it? Because you don't know if when I get... Don't look at me like this. Look at her. She's like, this is some bullshit.
It sounds
Because let's
like
think
some
about it this way.
bullshit.
Less of an issue for me, more of an issue for people who only shoot arrows, which is just
Well,
piercing damage.
Let's look at the any type of damage, right? So if you get hit by an arrow, like now you're saying I will be immune to piercing damage this time. But now you're locked into that damage type, so it's only going to work against piercing damage. You can't like switch it every time. But I'm going to do the same thing to your enemies, right? So if you
Not a
choose to
problem
be
to
immune
me.
I mean not a problem for you, but
I'll
if you
just
choose to
switch
be
what
immune to
spell I used.
piercing, if you're immune to piercing, but in the interest of fairness, if you use it, the enemy now gets to use it. I will use it 3 times on any enemy of my choice, but I will choose to use it before the attack roll so that I can actually waste mine. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Sure.
Makes it a little bit more fair in your favor, right? Because that way, let's say you choose piercing, right? I want to be immune to piercing damage, but you already saw the roll, right? You just took like, I don't know, let's say like 8 hit points, and you're like, I want to be immune to that. So you choose it, now you're immune to piercing damage the rest of the, 2 more times. But we know Carouse uses Carouse bow all of the time. So it would kind of be some bullshit if I decided to just make her waste a good attack because I chose to do it. So I will call out if I'm choosing to use it before she attacks. Because if not, it looks
Even
like
if
I'm
I
picking on you,
miss?
right?
Even if I
Huh?
miss?
No, if you hit. But yes, I mean, you have to hit with the attack. But I will still choose to use it,
Hmm.
but I will count it as one of my uses, right? So, hey, I'm going to shoot with my bow. All right, I'm going to use my resistance. And you miss, I'm still losing 1 use of it. Does that make sense? Even if you miss, I'm still choosing it. Because if not, I'm playing against you, and I don't want to play against you. So you get advantage in using it because you get to choose when you first use it, and then you will know if I'm choosing to use it, right? Makes it a little more fair.
What do you think, Silent? Taking it?
Maybe I should be. I think I'm gonna like try to be more on the front line if I can just like be immune to damage, and that way Brea doesn't get close to death.
Into
again.
one type of damage.
One type of damage, and once you choose that one, you're locked into it, and you would get 3 total
Oh.
uses of it.
Could be useful for that reason though.
But you get to do it after the damage type hits you.
Hmm.
So you
Mhm.
basically, I'm giving you a legendary resistance, is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the enemy gets it too. So whatever you do, they get it. Because like if we think about the metaphysical other storyline that's happening when you have these little shared visions, I do my generals, we're leading an army, we're attacking. There are good guys in this fight, and there are bad guys in this fight. So it would make sense that if you're receiving benefits, the other entities
I
would
feel
as
like
well
the
from
enemy
their entities.
I feel like the enemy should only have this 2 times.
Okay. To make it, would you like that to make it more fair?
I feel
Would you
like
feel it'd
that
be
would
more
make it
fair?
more fair because this is supposed to be like a good thing, right? And right now
Yeah.
it feels like
Well, the
it's
first
not
benefit is I can
really.
waste mine. I can waste mine. If I say, "Oh, you're going to attack," I'm going to use that damage, and you still miss, I still lose a use.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
you just said that
I would call mine out
you would call
first.
it after the attack hits. You just said that.
That's for
No,
that's
I
for
already, I
you.
already walked, I already walked that back. I said, you know what? I will choose it
Oh, okay.
before the choice, so that
I'm
way I'm not
I'm
adversarial,
I'm in then.
right?
That's good. You
Because if not, it's like,
3 to
yeah,
3. Yes, I agree with that then.
I will
Yeah.
call mine out first if I choose to use it,
Okay. Cool.
right? Because if not, then it's like, fuck your arrows, pling, and that's like, that's not fun, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So, all right. So let's go ahead and talk. I want to talk about the fact that there is a multiverse, right? And there are just in the Forgotten Realms and other campaigns and other worlds, right? There are these different planes of existence, right? And you can travel between those planes if this is making your head go, this sounds familiar. So you have like the astral plane, you have the ethereal plane, you have the Shadowfell plane, you've got the inner planes, the outer planes, other known worlds. But the one I want to talk briefly about today is the Fey Wild,
Oh, oh.
right? The Fey, right? And the plane where the Fey live. So generally you won't find the Fey Wild early game, right? Sometimes it just depends on how it's designed,
Would you
right?
consider us early game?
Yeah.
Okay.
For another couple levels, it's definitely early game, and then it moves into mid game, and then it moves into late game, where it's like Tarrasques everywhere.
No. No.
I know, right?
I've never played this before. You fooled me.
But the various planes of existence are honestly, they're just different realms of myth and mystery. They're not just other worlds, but they're separate dimensions, right? And they are formed and kind of governed by their own spiritual and elemental principles. There are the outer realms are realms of spirituality and thought, and then there's the material plane, which is where we're at, right? We're in the material plane. But I want to talk a little bit about the Fey Wild, right? And so the Fey Wild, also called the plane of fairy, is a land of soft lights and wonder, a place of music and of death. It is a realm of everlasting twilight, with glittering fairy lights that bob in the gentle breeze, and fat, happy, content fireflies that buzz through the groves and fields. The sky is alight with the faded colors of an ever setting sun, right? It never truly sets or rises, and it remains stationary, dusky, and low in the sky. Away from the settled areas ruled by the Seelie Fae that compose the Summer Court, the land is a tangle of sharp-toothed brambles and syrupy fens, perfect territory for the unseelie Fae to hunt their prey. The Fey Wild exists in parallel to the material plane. It's an alternate dimension that occupies the same cosmological space, and the landscape of the Fey Wild mirrors the natural world, but turns it into a spectacular form. Where a volcano stands on the material plane, a mountain topped with skyscraper-sized crystals that glow with internal fire towers in the Fey Wild. A wide and muddy river on the material plane might be echoed as a clear and winding brook of great beauty in the Feywild. A marsh could be a black bog of sinister, brooding character, but in the Feywild, it could be a pristine plain or a lake or a fen, um, full of different animals, and so it's really just this beautiful world that exists in parallel, but its features are different from what you'd see in the material plane. And what might be an old ruin in your plane, right, in the material plane, that might be a majestic archface castle, right? And in the Fae, right, you have elves, dryads, satyrs, pixies, sprites, centaurs, and other magical creatures such as blink dogs. Um, you might have fairy dragons, treants, which are sort of like ents, right? And unicorns. And the darker regions of the Feywild might harbor creatures such as hags, blights, goblins, ogres, and giants. So that's just a little primer about like how the Fey, which I think is your favorite enemy, Kraus, is that correct? Did you choose Fey as a favorite enemy? Like their world is like yours, but like sort of the opposite, right? All the same features, but it's going to look different and always be Twilight. And while it's alluded to a little bit here, the Fae have their own court, right? The summer court or the winter court. And those are generally, that's basically like, you think of it like a kingdom, kind of, sort of, right? And how you have good Fae and bad Fae, and then you have Fae in between, and you have like angsty teenage Fae that, have angsty teenage Fae problems. And they can travel back and forth, right? So dryads and things could exist in both planes, but their home would generally be in the Fae or in the Feywild. Cool shit, right? Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
Is there like a
All right.
common temperature there?
I mean, it's always twilight. So unless you're in an area that would be, I mean, if you think about it, like if it's a mountaintop, it's probably still going to be cold, right? If you go anywhere near the winter court, definitely going to be cold. If you're near the summer court, it's always going to be warm or warmish.
What does it
So there
mean
are
to be
some variants,
twilight?
but what was that?
What does it mean to be twilight?
sun's always setting. It just never sets. It's always setting, but it never sets. Imagine about
It never
3:55
rises?
to 4. Nope, never rises, never sets. Always in the sky, low on the horizon, just after it has looked like it's set. So it's always like a twilighty.
The
That's
in
so
You know,
between.
weird.
you always have, yeah, like twilighty, but not like sparkly vampires. Twilighty, but just
Huh.
no
That's
Team Jacob,
cool.
Team Edward shenanigans.
Okay.
And in case, I think if you had forgotten something, we didn't do introductions today, Potatosaurus.
Well, you just
Did you want
hopped
to do that
into
now and then
it.
the recap?
We just hopped into it. Yeah, we can do introductions. Hi, I am Potatosaurus. This is my channel, and I am playing Caroused, a Wood Elf Ranger. This is session 10 in the campaign. If you want, if you weren't here and you want to get caught up, you can look at the quest, or you can look at the YouTube playlist. Next.
Is it my turn?
Sad. Oh,
Oh, damn it.
I mean, you can go next if you want to.
No,
go
it's you. It's
after
you.
us.
No,
You
I
go
wanted
after
you.
Silent.
Never mess it up.
I am sad silent underscore. I'm playing Yuki Sato, a human rogue. I enjoy long walks to the fridge at night, and am currently single and ready to mingle.
Usher.
Next,
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
I am Husher, the Chief Goblin Lord and Game Master, and I also am very surprised that Sad Silent has never watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy. You heard it here first.
Put me on
Breaking
the
news
spot
on
like
Potato
that,
Source's
dude.
channel.
I'm Mother Trucker. I'm Brea, the half elf barbarian, and I'm not surprised because I have also never seen any of them.
Oh, okay. I'm not alone.
Yeah, it's me and you against the world.
So
I'm
when I
Dr.
said I was
Overdose.
sorry,
No,
when
it's fine.
when I said I was naming my dog Gimli, were you all just like, "What's a Gimli?"
I just
I
thought
just
it was
thought it was
cute.
a cute name. That's it.
I knew exactly what it was from.
Okay.
I thought it was adorable. But
Dr.
I didn't
Overdose?
know.
I'm Dr. Overdose. I have seen Lord of the Rings. I've also read the books. They're very good books. I play Garmy, the Forest Gnome Wizard.
He looks so done with us right now.
Yeah.
I really want to know if Rex is going to go by the name Glowin after that because it's Gimli, son of Glowin.
Yep, that's a
Right.
deep cut. That's
That's right. So, like, I mean,
well
I
referenced.
don't know.
Well
Is he going to change
referenced.
his middle name or something?
No.
Maybe. Okay.
I thought about for his wedding ring doing like the one ring.
Kind of cool.
So, if things don't work out, you just let me know because I will marry that man and I will take that ring from him after the fact. That'd be a very cool ring.
Wait. I thought we were all marrying him. He's our
That's true.
fiancé.
He's our
Yeah, so
fiancé.
you got to easily get like a handful more of those rings made for the rest of us so
Yeah.
that we all match.
Yeah, do we all get rings?
We all have to
I
match.
wear like a size 9, by the way, like 9.5. Like,
I'll watch
just-
the movies if that's a requirement.
Oh my god, you're all shits. You're all shits. Now, yeah, we have to have an extended edition Lord of the Rings marathon now. We were gonna do it Christmas Eve, and no one really responded. I think one person
The
responded.
extended edition. So we're watching
I thought you
for
were
like
sick.
an
That's
entire
totally
weekend.
my fault. That's totally me.
We're blocking off a weekend.
I was sick. That's true.
You need like 13 hours to watch all the extended editions, and so
Yeah.
No.
I'm down.
That's what I'm saying. We're blocking off a weekend so we can take
You don't
breaks.
need a weekend for that. We don't need breaks. Hell no. You fall asleep, that's on you.
Oh.
You need food, that's on you. You need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Hey, you better bring a diaper because
Grab
we're
a
not
2
stopping
liter
for no
baby.
one.
I'll steal
2
a
liter- 2
diaper
liter
from
and
my
a funnel.
baby. I
I'm
have a
just
closet
kidding.
full of diapers right now.
I am just kidding.
Well, it is.
It's recap time, right? I don't remember who won. Who did chat select to do the recap? I
I'm
don't
pretty
remember.
sure it was either Mother Trucker or Potatosaurus.
Yeah, it was
Mother
almost me.
trucker?
It was
Mhm.
almost me.
Half and half.
It was totally me.
Yeah, totally.
That's okay. I'm just gonna read this thing that Form wrote. Because
Thank you, Form.
I'm really bad at
Thank
these
you,
things.
Form.
Day 9
Oh, we're
recap.
Is that what we're doing?
What?
Nothing?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Eh?
I'm just watching. One of us. Okay, she's not gonna do that. Change it back. I get it. I see the point. Point proven. Point proven. Instead, I will be fully attentive. It's Baby Husher. He streams every now and then. Look at
Oh my
him.
god.
Look at that handsome devil. Look at that handsome devil.
That is terrifying.
It's Baby Husher.
It's Baby Husher.
He did that on stream once, and I went in and I'm like, this is not Usher. He's like, I shaved my beard. I'm like, no, you did more than that. You got plastic surgery or something, because that does not look like you. Okay. Day 9 recap. After waking up from the most recent shared dream, the party started getting ready to depart from Dragon's Rest. Garmy sent Brea to buy some supplies from Mila and Tarak because he couldn't face it himself. While there, Mila told Brea she had something special for Yuki and to let her know to come pick it up before they left. Now, this kind of made Mother Trucker mad because she ended up turning into like the middleman, which shouldn't have happened because she was sent there as a favor in the first place, so she came back kind of pissed off. During the time, Garmy conjured up a tiny little green lizard familiar, which to him might be the size of a Great Dane. I don't know. About thumb-sized
Oh.
to Brea.
It's I'm a small character and the lizard is tiny.
I'm just
So
reading
it's
what
even
the
small.
article says. After all supplies were gathered, they made their way to the ship that they arrived at Dragon's Rest on, and the captain informed them they were going to set off to the north, heading for Fire Frost Cove. It's a scary, scary place. This prompted Yuki to go to Mila to purchase some warm clothing. Makes sense. While there, Mila gave Yuki a monocle that would allow her to see in the dark for short periods of time and hopes it will come in handy for her at some point. It's a pretty cool thing. But she can't wear it first for like fashion because it'll start working. So she can't just like walk around with a monocle on, unfortunately. She can only wear it when she wants to use it. The voyage north lasted a few weeks and was relatively uneventful. So uneventful that we had to entertain the crew. And by we, I mean all of us. Brea entertained by playing music on a flute we found after fighting Sparkrender. I managed to not get seasick. I think we did some ice skating. I think we did some like hand puppet stuff. There was all kinds of stuff that happened. About 3 miles from our destination, a crew member noticed there was far too much smoke coming from the village of Fire Frost Cove. I also noticed that I could smell smoke as the buildings burned, but it wasn't like your normal kind of like, oh, somebody has a nice wood fire going. It was like oh, that's not a good kind of burning smell. The captain, not wanting to get too close, dropped an anchor about a quarter of a mile from land, hoping they could get a better feel for what was happening before continuing. We all got in a rowboat, and I decided, well, Garmy and I decided to send Archerax, which is my little dragon man, and his little lizard man, to go scout things out. So they sent back some images of what they could see, and it was not pretty. Most of the village was on fire and dead bodies lined the streets as remaining townspeople ran in terror from dark-cloaked figures dressed in rough-looking furs. There was a lot of them. They were very, very fast. In the center of the town, there were two large figures wearing heavy armor. They didn't look like anyone else, and we knew that something was going on with them. These two were later identified as Cain and Airy. Airy is I don't know how to say it.
Yanti.
A Yanti cleric. There's also something that's special about Airy that's not written that I can't remember. Something about her like religion or being positive. What was it?
She has more of a good alignment, which is different from most of her species. Most
Yeah.
Yanti are kind of evilly. She is not, and she's a cleric.
Right. After fighting off 6 enemies on their way to the center of the village, we approached Cain and Airy. We started talking to them. We learned a little bit about Airy and her Yantiness and her opposite positive good thing, Bob. And as we were talking, a random arrow flies over the top of us and goes straight through Kane's neck.
Right in the throat.
And that's it. That's where we ended.
Wait, we ended with what? No, that's what it was. Kind of like that. I mean, to be
It
more
was.
specific,
Can that
I
be
would.
your stream sound? You doing that?
Yes. So when I join and I run my own command, I could just hear myself saying, "What?
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
that fucking guy.
I love it.
Yeah, not that guy. It sure could be. It
I
sure
pinned
could be.
it. I marked it.
So yeah, Eri Malak is her name, Malak, right? Eri Malak or Malik, however you want to pronounce it, she's a cleric of Lyra, who is the goddess of joy. Right, and on her shield, she had a tower shield and a spear, and on her shield was a triangle made of 3 6-pointed stars. Right, and yes, so we faded to black. I ducked out of here like a ninja. Right after the apparent potential demise of Kane, our heroic and shining paladin who stood in the center of town, slaying as many of these brigands or cultists as possible to help save the townspeople.
And we did have a small fight, which I mentioned, but I just want to recap who might be kind of hurting and has been damaged, because I don't remember that.
I have
Would be
13
me.
hit points left.
Brea got the living daylights kind of beat
Okay.
out of her for a while there too.
Right. And Yuki, you're fine, I'm
I'm
assuming?
fine. Totally
Okay.
here.
I have
also fine.
20 hit points right now.
Gotcha.
There-
Okay.
There's a little bit of blood running down the side of Garmy's head from where he got hit in the head.
Brea's
Hopefully-
just limping around.
Hopefully Garby doesn't have a matching Potatosaurus beanie that will get stained from that blood.
Or those beautiful robes that he wears, his little Nomi robes.
Yeah.
He buys them in
plug
the
your
toddler
merch.
section at Target, by the way.
Luckily,
I mean, he's a gnome. That dude's like this tall, right? But he's
Fair.
fierce and he casts strong magic. My
I
magic
can
is better
clean it
than
all.
his.
I can clean the blood out with prestidigitation.
That's true. Just no blood.
Prestidigitation.
All right, so there's where we are. If we want to do the actor thing.
Are we
Errol-
in initiative order?
I didn't call for initiative.
Then I am immediately casting minor illusion
Wow.
to make it look like I have multiple arms casting different spells, and I'm looking around. That's my action, so I'm not really actually going to take an action in perception, but I'm readying myself if we're about to be attacked.
Like, are we
Yeah,
able
but-
to see where the arrow came from? Like, is there in?
It would have come from the east. I will tell you that without a perception roll. It came from the east. Houses are burning. Let me switch it back now so you can see a bit of the old Frostfire Cove.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
would you like me to increase it? Because I mean it's snowing. It's very gentle, right? But we can make it worse. You want some extra snow? Can really bring it in there. Can
Why
bring
would
it
we
in
want
there.
extra snow? Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm just saying if you want other snow, I can bring in other snow.
Oh.
So the arrow came out of the east, and Eri, you can hear her scream, and she grabs her spear and her shield, and she screams, "Ambush! Is this your fault? Did you betray?" And she turns and she kind of points her spear over her shield at you. She doesn't approach you. I'm sorry. Would you like me to mime? I'm miming, and I get the laugh. I get the laugh.
I'm not looking at her. I'm kind of turned around, kind of facing where the arrow came out. My spells are up like I'm casting stuff, and I'm looking for danger. I will let everyone else interact with her.
And if everybody could, just for my edification, would you like to? I mean, I'll ask if you would like to, but however, I would appreciate it if you made some type of. You know what? We'll do it this way. All right, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm not going to
think,
ask you to roll anything. Just give me a
like,
second.
really quick, I think what I would do in this situation is I would run and hide behind one of the nearest houses with whichever way the arrow was flying to my back so that I know that I'm protected. And
Correct.
I'd
So, I
probably,
mean,
like, grab Yuki
got
and...
a couple of areas right here, right? Like there's like over this way, like this way. Like off to the west. The arrow would have come from somewhere in this direction over here. If I could ping it. Came from the east.
Then
Did
I'd
he
probably
also
go,
have a
like,
shield?
down here.
He did, and he dropped it and fell to his when he fell and grabbed his neck.
Is it like, can I pick it up and like turn towards where the arrow came from?
Ooh.
Yes, you could, and it would give you an armor class bump because I think you're proficient in shields if you were to carry one. However, you could not use Girthquake with it, but yes, you could. So Aerie sees you do this, and so she quickly throws herself on her knees and she lays her tower shield on top of poor Kane and puts her hands to his neck, and you can feel the eminent glow of her trying to save his life from this arrow. What do you want to do? She's gonna need your protection.
Yuki's gonna go and kind of stand over towards where the arrow came from, and just kind of keep an eye out to see if she
Are you
spots
gonna go into stealth or
anyone or anything. You said it came from like over here
came from
somewhere.
the easterly direction? You don't know how distant it was because all you heard was suddenly the thwap as it hit him in the neck. Right.
Can I say that I'm hiding behind this building right here, but like keeping an eye out?
You absolutely could roll for stealth.
Okay. Let's see.
I would say you definitely have probably full cover from the direction that the arrow came from, unless it came from directly above, which would be crazy.
Dear
You
God.
think that you're a ninja. You are like
She,
so deep in those bushes, just like
her whole
melded
thigh
with the
is out.
wall. Right? You think you are like, I am an illusion. All right, but yeah, so you're behind cover behind the house, and if somebody was on the other side, obviously they can't see through solid cover, so they wouldn't know. All right, so and you can hear like Ari speaking and chanting right as she's trying to cover Kane. Anybody gonna roll perception? Maybe I'll call
At
for a
this point,
perception
yeah,
roll.
I wanted to give myself time to have cast my minor illusion. At this point, I would definitely like to roll perception, unless
Okay.
someone else on the team would like to roll. Whoever has the highest
I
perception
have a
should
really
probably
basic
do it.
question.
I'm
Because
proficient.
Mine is +2.
I'm plus
Oh,
3.
I
I
think
have a
yeah.
really-
I think
Ross.
Karas probably has the
I have a
highest.
really
Yeah, I think you
basic
do.
question though. When we
Yeah, ask your
say
question.
that we're rolling for perception, I thought we weren't allowed to like ask to roll for perception.
You can
I
ask,
thought...
just don't ask every 5
So
seconds.
why are we asking?
Because we want to
Because
see
you
know
where
want to
more
that.
about
know
the
more
situation?
about what happened around you.
So you
Like
don't
where
you don't necessarily have to have a question to base why you're rolling perception. You can just say like, I want to roll perception, and
you would
that's
say,
like a...
Dungeon Master, may I roll perception or could I roll perception
Okay, so
to see
asking,
if I can learn something?
but
Yeah.
it doesn't have
You
to be
normally ask.
followed by because of this or like because I want to know this.
No,
It's
because
just
if you want to know of a something, you would want to roll insight. Like, is there anything that I
True,
see
okay,
if I
okay.
investigate this arrow, right? But
Okay.
but no, the whole asking rolling perception thing is what I don't want to have happen, and it happened. I'm sure Garmy's seen it too. Is when Garmy says, "Can I roll perception?" and then Bray says, "Can I roll perception?" and you say, "Can I roll perception?" and Simon says,
Mhm.
"I want to roll
Yeah.
perception," and it's like,
Which is why
hold
when
on.
Yeah. Which is why when I
Like,
said I would like to roll perception, but would anybody else who has higher perception
look at
like to
that.
roll instead?
Look at
That's
that
how
baller
I'd like
roll.
to
It's
perceive
a good
that.
roll.
Look at that baller roll.
Nice.
So from your keen archery skills and your knowledge of arrows, you realize that this arrow could not have been shot very close. And recollection of what happened, you can replay it in your mind, and it absolutely came from somewhere to the east. But the angle from which the arrow came in and hit him would have had to been a shot where somebody was like shooting up to hit that area. It wasn't like a horizontal line arrow. It was like that arrow came up and then down and hit him in the neck.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell Brea to like hold the shield up, kind of over you a little bit,
Got it.
rather than like in front of you, just to make sure that. Oh,
Oh, what? Oh,
You're-
well, anyways, I just clicked on him. So don't worry, an arrow skips off the dirt near Aerie where she's laying on hands on our poor friend Kane, the paladin.
I'm just gonna like move closer.
another
to her.
arrow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it came from about the same direction. You saw it come down, hit the dirt, and then bounce off.
Uh, I will shout out to Yuki that we should us two go and hunt this down, and I will shout to Brea to protect the crap, I forgot their names already. Eri
Eri.
and Kane. And I will run off and chase Yuki with whatever direction Yuki's going towards this arrow.
Yuki's come like totally down for that. Let's go.
What do I do? What am I doing?
I don't know. I didn't
Hiding?
think that far ahead. Up to you. I think you would probably want to. I mean, Garmy does not suggest a plan of action for you, thinking that you're probably going to be able to shoot this guy from wherever.
I'm gonna
So I don't know.
like just yell at Kerr, like just keep an eye out. Yell for if you see
Yeah.
an arrow.
Watch Brea's 6.
Okay. Is there any way that I can like tell where this arrow came from and shoot back that way?
Yeah, I'd let you blind fire an arrow towards that direction. Sure, but there's gonna be a massive penalty to it, but sure. I'm not saying you can't. I mean,
I will. If she's going to shoot, I will give her a natural 19 for her roll.
okay.
I'll use my last portent.
Now the real question is that I don't know rules is written or rules is intended. If you replace a roll, at this point in time, I would still think that you could apply your proficiency and everything else to it.
Yeah, it's I choose
like
what
a
shows
normal
up on the dice.
Right, so you get
Yeah.
a 19 plus whatever your modifiers is. So your proficiency, and yours is pretty high, right? So that should be like a 25 or something crazy. Hang on, I gotta go look at your character sheet.
Because that's just an awesome shot. Like you
But
see where this
so
arrow's
what
coming
if I
from.
have like
Whoosh.
And just like follow it back to
I mean,
the source.
you get a plus. Your dexterity is a +6, right? So if we look at your attack, right, you should get what? So you're gonna get your bow. You're gonna 19 +6 +2. You get a +8 to hit, right?
I have no
That's
idea.
a 27. Or no, 27.
Yeah, because she's gonna get 19 +8 because it's +6 plus proficiency, so +2. So then you would need to roll for damage. You don't have to roll to attack. You just have to roll the attack to roll for damage, so to speak.
I'm still trying to. Fighting styles archery +2 bonus attack. You have that added in?
Oh yeah, so then you have that plus. Well, you can just roll a normal attack, and we can calculate all of your.
Okay.
We can see what all the numbers are supposed to be.
Would it be
Just roll a normal attack.
Roll the normal attack.
Oh
No, just roll the normal. We don't care what the number is. We just want to see what. Yeah, so 4 + 2 + 2. So you get your +4 plus your 2 for your proficiency plus the 2 for your thing. So you get 8, right? So,
yeah, so 27.
So you have a 27. So now you just need to roll for damage.
Nice. Long shot. I mean, still better than not hitting anything at all.
But here's the thing. So yes. So remember this.
Is it too late to use my inspiration?
But you don't
Well,
know.
it
I
won't
mean,
help.
you already hit, right? So there's no point. You already hit. But here's the thing: your character doesn't know you hit. All you did was look and shoot back at something that you couldn't see. Even with my modifiers, you still hit it with the difficulty and armor class that I gave this person because you kind of shot into total blindness, for heaven's sake. He already changed your roll, so you hit and you hit for 5 damage. Carouse doesn't know this though.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have heard a yell, or
I mean, you might have shot a couple 100 feet.
oh, okay.
Right? You saw arrow come down and you're like, fucking, you're doing a whole mathematics meme of the face, right? You're like Zach Galifianakis, whop, and you just like shot an arrow back at what you thought would probably be at the appropriate place. So yes, it was an amazing shot, and you did hit something, but Carouse doesn't know that yet. Okay, so what do you want to do? So she's still there laying on hands. It's gonna take her a bit to like hopefully not like let this guy die. And she's laid her shield, Ares laid her shield, and she's mumbling, she's you could see Garmy, she's making gestures, she's got her holy symbol.
Is there anything
Um,
around us that
Bunch of dead bodies.
do they have armor or anything that we
No,
could use to like hold and like make something around us to protect
no,
us?
the people that you were fighting were purely they were basically just using like short swords. They were wearing like some type of white fur armor, lets them blend into the snow. You don't see anything that looks like any shields or anything on any of the bodies. And there's some assorted bodies of some dead townsfolk who were wearing just like common clothes, right? Where they were caught during this attack, and they died while either being defended by these two or they died alongside of them. But you don't see anything that looks usable as a object. Maybe something outside of this radius, like maybe you could like haul a cart over or something, but there's nothing that's really like you could build like a little quick lean-to shelter.
How much
I don't like.
longer is her healing gonna take?
I mean, it's only been about 12 seconds or so, right,
Oh,
for this portion. So, I mean,
Can I just like yell back to her and ask her what she needs us to
yeah,
do?
hold on. I let me go grab the let me go grab this so that I give you the appropriate time. So give me 1 second. How long this will actually take? Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
okay.
So Yuki, considering how far away this is, I don't know how far forward we want to run, but I'm totally
me?
game for at least going forward a little bit in that direction and seeing if there's a
guys-
threat
Husher,
coming.
you said that arrow came from over 100 feet away. I don't know. Can you hear
He's
me?
Yeah.
looking something up.
I think it
Yeah, I'm
said like
looking
100,
something up
200.
right now. Give me a second.
Okay.
The person
And
that shot that arrow's got really good aim. You guys sure you want to go without any shield or anything?
I mean, like to prevent them from escaping.
I'm going to use my dash just to. I don't know how far 60 feet is.
Well,
But
I
that's like
definitely can't keep up with you then.
Yeah, I'm still
60 feet on this map because I didn't build a grid for it. 60 feet on this map from where I'm going to move you a little bit out of the way here.
okay.
Because these are closer to like 30-foot blocks, right? Hang on here. So, okay. So each block is about 50 feet, give or take. So let's just multiply this. So this is like 50 feet. This is like 100 feet, 150 feet, give or take. I mean, around there. That's about 250 feet.
Okay, so you said
Yeah, this is probably. I'm just looking at the scale that I have.
each block is 50 feet?
Each block is about 100 feet.
100 feet.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
100
Yeah.
feet?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
I mean, that's
That
a big
means they're
building
like
right
pretty
there.
close. They're like on the other side
Yeah.
of that.
It'd be probably somewhere like in here if they were staying still, right? Probably somewhere. You might not be able to
Okay.
see them from where you're at because
I'm
of the
I'm gonna
coverage of
tell you
houses.
what my mindset is so you can help me map this out a little bit better. I'm going to oh wait, what the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I cannot do math. Yes, one block is approximately 50 feet. I have a scale, but I was reading it wrong. So
Never
it's a
mind.
Friday and I'm tired. Okay.
I think I
It's
messed
the one
something
block's
up.
about 50 feet.
Okay, I'm going to run just a little bit closer and behind a building then. About 60 feet is the furthest I can go. So maybe I can say I'm hiding behind like this building over here.
Yeah, like, or I would say, like, yeah, in the time, if you moved, yeah, you could, in 6 seconds dashing, you could easily move to the other side of the building. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
and
since I've
I will allow you to go ahead and do another stealth roll if you want to try to hide around the building and the shrubbery. 'Cause remember, this area is green. Now, when you look out and you look towards the horizon, it just becomes this white, blurry mess of fog and snow because this warmth from the geothermal energy under Frostfire Cove keeps it more habitable and temperate. But like once you get outside of that circle, it is cold as balls. Okay.
okay, stealth check. Okay, much better this
Nice.
time.
So you
She's
feel more
in the
confident
right
about your
headspace now.
cat-like predatory skills
Uh,
as you blend into the foliage.
Wait for me! And you just disappear as Garmy is trying to
And
get.
now
Where'd you go?
just
Damn it.
lying in wait. She's waiting for the next arrow to be fired if it's going to be fired, and she's gonna like really try to concentrate on like the trajectory and everything, try to figure out where this person is, and then that's what Yuki's gonna do for the time being.
Considering that Garmy has almost certainly lost Yuki at this point, he is just going to run probably as close to any building in that direction, 25 feet, which is his movement, closest building within that I can get to, and hide behind it, but kind of peer over that direction and see if I do a perception check and see if I see if I can and see if I can see anything at all. Might be coming
Which
to get
direction?
us.
Where are you at
The
on the map?
direction that Yuki went.
No, not really. I mean, you can still see the same dead bodies that litter the streets,
Oh.
right? You can see the building that Yuki that she disappeared behind. But within your like radius, there's too many other buildings and things sort of blocking view to see further down the road without going there yourself.
Then I would like to ready an action, Ray of Frost, if I see any of these enemy type people around us.
Your fireball, please.
Garmy, do you
No,
want to
just Ray of
do
Frost, simple.
a little lizard dragon setup again?
I feel like he might get shot though.
If they just go to the very top of the roof, like peek their
See,
heads
that's not-
up.
I will whisper into my beard, and the little new guy will pop out of his head on my beard, lick his eyeball, and I'll pick him up and put him onto the building and have him start climbing up to the top of the building.
I almost missed the violent fun guy. The eyeball licking though, it's a win for me. Like
And which building? This building they're going on?
Yeah, I assume whichever building I was able to get to, I assume it was that building that I was able. If that's within 25 feet of where I was. And it's good. He doesn't move that fast, so it'll probably take him a round or so to get up there.
Well, can my little drag can
Your dragon can fly,
Artrax can
so.
Artrax come and like scoop him up and put him on his wing and like
He won't resist if Artorix tries to pick him up.
stay behind the buildings and stay at like 5 feet off the ground and like sweeping motions and like feeling it in this snow and then like go.
I think a lizard on the top of the building isn't going to be very noticeable, and I'll get us some above area to look and view.
And Artie's like 5 feet above the ground, like behind this building, and then just like shoots straight up the side of it and like tips the wing, and the little lizard man scuttles off of it.
I love it.
Lizard man scuttles off.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, I love it.
He's like licking his eyeballs a bunch because all the wind dried him out.
So so over here on this, you dropped a little lizard man that has no name, the lizard with no name up on top of the
I'm still trying to think of a good name. My best name idea I've had so far is just to name him New, so that when I introduce him, I can say, "Hi, this is New. Hi, he's new.
He's new here. It's
Please.
ancient gnomish. New here." So through your telepathic link with New here, you don't see anything, but obviously it looks like the ground has been churned up, right? There's been people, and some of the houses are burning, and you can still you smell the soot in the air, the burned wood, but you don't see anything obvious in the direction towards the east right now. There's too many buildings in the way. Just because you're on top doesn't mean you can think about it this way, right? If you're up here and there's like a house here and there's something over here.
Do we see
up
any
there, I'm looking
footprints?
for any more arrows that might come, and
Do they
see
see
if
any?
that might give us more trajectory information.
Do they see any footprints or like a path?
You can see where the dirt and things are trodden up,
dirt.
like where but you can't necessarily they're not trained in survival and tracking.
I thought there was snow, but you said earlier that the ground is so warm. Okay.
Correct. Right here. Yeah, right here. The ground is more of like a normal consistency that you yell at the children to get off your lawn at sometimes. Get off my lawn.
And you like pungent
Can I turn around and
smells?
ask her if I can do anything to help her do that faster?
So Kane sits up. She leans back. like she sits up and he pushes the shield off of her, and he's obviously, you can see like the regenerative healing and what appears to be scar tissue around his throat, and you hear some type of curse of a language you don't understand, and throws the arrow into the dirt, and you could see him like speak, but you don't hear anything. And then he's like,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
and he's not able to produce words right now.
Mm.
What do you want to do?
Mm.
I assume I don't see this because I'm looking through my lizard, so I'm completely oblivious.
You might hear the shuffling around behind you, but
I don't. If I'm in my lizard, all my senses are in my lizard. Sight, sound, everything. I think.
Oh.
now, and just so that we don't lose out, so you see through the eyes of New here, you can see somebody near these buildings
Oh, who's that?
standing there. Oh,
Where? Could you point where? Uh,
That's far away.
I call
you
out.
should see the token, right? You see the
I
token on
see
the
it.
map?
I see it.
Yes.
I call out and I see. I see someone.
So you see a person standing there, but their back is towards you. That's it. That's all you can get through your link.
Their
I
back
think
is towards
I
us?
try to direct
Yes, they are looking
specific.
east.
Okay.
I see someone else looking east. I don't know if they're the sniper or not. Do they have a bow or anything like that on
Like,
them?
probably not.
I mean, unless New here has some phenomenal eagle vision, at
No.
200 feet, might not be able to tell. I mean, my ball python ain't very smart, and that dude can see like 3 feet. So,
Yeah.
he does his best, but he doesn't have the greatest long range vision. But he does detect a form. I'm just putting a token on the map so you know where that form is at.
Considering
And not.
his perception would probably be -1, probably not.
I mean, you could. I mean, does he get a roll as a familiar? Does he roll with whose stats does he roll with as a familiar?
I mean, he has his own stats, I think.
What's the familiar rules? I don't have them open in front of me.
I'm
Like,
the
because I know for
familiar
like
has the
animal.
statistics of the chosen form. So it would have the lizard sheet, which is what I have in front of me, and
I
its
mean, you
wisdom
can
is
go ahead and
-1.
roll some lizardy perception.
This would be -1. So it was BO1.
He can't tell. Can't tell if there's a. Yeah, he can't
There's a
tell.
blur over there. I think it's a person.
I see something. There's a person. There's a foam. Not a
I
form
call
50
out and I
feet though.
direct that there is someone over in that direction where they possibly are.
Can Artrax like climb to the top of the building? Or do you
I
think
mean,
that
he
would
could.
be
I assume he was
I mean,
up there with me.
Archerax can fly over there. I mean, Archerax can fly what?
I don't want
100 feet
Artrax
per
to
round?
fly over there. Or trying to be stealthy on the top of this roof.
Like a jungle predator.
Yeah. I just didn't know if because there were two of us it would be advantage or something.
So Yuki's gonna signal to Brea. Brea still has the shield, right?
Yeah.
To kind of try to bait out another shot. I know it's a little risky, but
That's a
with the
good
shield, I'm
idea.
hoping she's a bit more, tanky and can take the hit with the shield, and hopefully we can get some tracking on this person.
That's a good idea.
I guess it would be smarter to move up this road right here, right?
You can move about 1 block per turn. And you hear behind you a flask break as Kane quaffs a potion.
Can
And
he speak now? Or
grabs. Yeah, he sat up. He sat up, and Ari has grabbed her shield and her spear again.
Can he speak?
No.
Okay.
no? Okay.
We should push forward, see if we can't find this person, since we're all up. And I'm going to return my sight to my own vision and command my lizard to start climbing down to come back into my beard.
Okay.
I
I'll
guess
have-
like I'll step out into the open with the shield and just like start beating the shit out of it, trying to make noise, screaming.
And Kane walks up
Shoot
to
me,
you and
fucker.
taps you on the shoulder and says, because
Give
he
it
wants
back.
his shield back.
I'm just gonna do this.
Garmy, I will tell you just for your notification. He is an Oath of Vengeance paladin.
What is that?
Does that mean he's like petty?
Why are you only
They
telling
are
that to Garmy?
paladins who basically are like, this shit be fucked up. It's time to go to war. Not
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna.
oh, I
He's a
worship
damage
this guy.
dealer.
This-
He's ready to go knock some heads.
Yeah, an oath of vengeance paladin is a paladin whose goal is like, I go to war because war must be made. I'm not necessarily good. I'm not bad necessarily, but like there are reason to go fight, and he has a reason to go fight here, and he wants his shield to go fight. He's not like the healer kind of paladin who's like, look at me, I can kind of heal people. He's like, I want to go beat shit up like it's my job.
I'm gonna
So, like,
snack a smite with a critical and get 70 hit points damage in one hit.
Sure, and
Which
so
is
Ari
totally a
walks behind
thing.
him.
while I'm handing his shield back, I'm just gonna be like, I can't hear you. What? And I hand it back to him.
Wow.
And he gives you a really sour look.
Wow.
Ooh.
While this is
And he gives
happening,
you a really sour look, and he turns around because he has other problems to deal with right now. And Ares stands up next to him, and they basically almost interlock their shields, and they start walking down the street side by side.
while this is happening,
the
I
I'm
go
gonna
with
have
them.
I'm gonna have Artrax
Follow
grab
behind.
New here and bring them back to us swiftly.
That's never gonna get old.
It's
No,
already
that's his
old.
name now.
It's
already
ancient
old.
gnomish.
Here.
It's ancient gnomish new here.
Well, Yuki's gonna just like kind of trail behind them, but like in the shadows.
And guess what time it is?
Roll for initiative.
Oh, I don't have many health points.
Well,
I
we
mean,
have a
you got-
paladin and a cleric. I think we'll be okay.
You got chances here.
Do
Please
something.
add yourself to the combat tracker if you would, please.
And I assume they can see which ones of us are able to. Our damage is noticeable. That some of us aren't in the best shape.
Oh dear God.
He's an Oath of Vengeance paladin, though.
These
Like,
Yeah, but we have a cleric.
He's
so-
like, I go to war to
He
do
doesn't
some
care.
work. Like,
But we do have a
you
cleric, so
do
I'm
what you
hopeful.
do because it needs to be do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know. He still has lay on hands, even if he chooses not to
and
use it.
yeah, and he's not an idiot, right? Like, I mean, he knows how this all goes. So give me 1 second here. So, oh man, you guys are so
Oh,
fast.
there's 6 of
Oh.
us now.
At the moment, yeah, right. An Oath of Vengeance paladin. You got a cleric. Look at this, the dream team. Dream team. All right, so give me 1 second here. So
Hey, wait!
Rex.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. If Artrax can see where this person is, does that mean I can cast Hunter's Mark on them?
Ooh, that's a good question. I
What's
think.
is there a
yes.
range on it? It says it has
Yeah,
to be
there's
somebody
probably
that
there
you,
might be a range.
I think it says like it has to be an enemy that you see.
You choose a
But
creature
if you see
can
it through your familiar, I
within
think
range.
that counts.
But it's not a familiar, it's an animal companion that just happens to have limited telepathic ability. Can share images, thoughts, and emotions. Like,
Okay, so no.
but you know what?
Either
You know
way, the
what?
range is 90 feet, so it'd have to be within 90 feet.
Where do you see that? I
Yeah.
don't see that.
That
90
is in
feet.
the spell listing.
90 feet. Okay.
So I think that it would probably work if that person was occluded behind something, but still within 90 feet of you. Because the spell emanates
be
from
fair.
you. It doesn't emanate from your familiar. So I
Yeah.
think if let's say something was around the corner, right, but still within 90 feet, even though you can't see it, your familiar could, I could see in that place where you could still cast Hunter's Mark because it would be within 90 feet.
Oh, really? Okay.
In this case, the bad guys potentially are more than 90 feet from you. They're like a few hundred feet from you.
Okay.
Right.
So they have to stay at 90 feet, within 90 feet, and if they leave that 90 feet radius, then I can't.
So once you cast,
Hunter's
then
Mark
it has to be in
stops?
90 feet for you to cast it on them.
Yeah, you have to see
I
them
think-
to cast it. But
Yeah.
it has a
Okay.
larger range. If you're tracking somebody, you get like advantage on tracking or something else. So it kind of
Okay.
they can move out of that 90 foot range, and they still have Hunter's Mark. But it just makes it easier for you to track them, whoever
Yeah.
you marked. But if there's so
You get
But,
advantage on perception and survival checks against that person.
it would be a little bit breaky if we allowed you to cast spells through your familiar. That would be like, because he can fly like 100 feet, and then that's 90 feet. So like
Well,
you could
it's not
technically cast it on
necessarily-
somebody 190 feet. It's kind of far.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
I can deliver a spell
I-
through my
I
familiar
understand
because
that.
it's actually in the spell familiar.
Hang on a second, because I lost my. Where'd it go? Hello.
Knuehyre.
Hmm.
Eh.
I kind of like the spelling I put in.
Nowhere.
Hang on a second here.
Nowhere.
It's Gnomish. It's pronounced new here.
Nowhere. Nowhere. It shall be nowhere.
It's an old proto language to gnome, right? To gnomish.
You know.
Hang on, I just want to make sure I got this. Okay, there we go.
Nice. Yes. If my familiar ever learns to speak, he's the only thing he's ever gonna say. Like Pikachu only says Pikachu. The only thing he's gonna say is, "Hi, I'm new here."
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I think my microphone went out. How far can New Here go from Garmy?
As far as he wants. I can only see
Yeah, I mean,
through
it's a
him for
familiar.
100 feet. He can travel as far as he can travel.
But then you can cast a spell through him.
Because these tokens
it
are
has to be within 100
ginormous.
feet of me to cast a spell through him.
Oh,
Because
shit.
because these tokens are really big, they're actually considered adjacent over here. Just because I don't want to like resize all my tokens because it's going to take time and I'm too lazy. So I will tell you if they're adjacent or not in case you're not sure. All right, so and we will roll some initiatives now that they are part of the initiative order, and we will roll where my peoples go. All right, so we will do roll initiative, and hang on. Roll initiative.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be a not dickhead, and I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys like all about the same. Right, it's easier to manage them that way.
I'm not laughing at the initiative roll. I'm laughing at 4.
What's his name? He's new here. I didn't ask if he was new. I asked his name. He's new here. But what is his name?
He's new here.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so every round you can move one
One
full
block?
block.
Okay.
Even me with my short legs.
I'll allow you to stay with the group as if you have a little harness and Brea just grabs you by your clothes and just carries you for the
I can
sake of this.
technically walk farther than other people.
Well, our initiative order is this, so we're gonna go ahead and skip forward a couple of turns, maybe for at least part of this, so that because you're kind of far away, right? Because we're still like 150 feet away, 200 feet away from these people. Initiative order has Kane in front, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of move people around. So we'll put Kane there, right? Kraus, do you want to move anywhere?
I don't know.
You said we're skipping forward a couple rounds, right?
Yes, just to get the order
Can I
right,
go
because if not,
here?
it's like everybody's moving around with chaos.
As we're moving forward,
Can I go here?
I
Yes,
am
you can move
going
there.
to touch Yuki, and I'm going to turn Yuki invisible.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh shit!
I'm
And
up
I
on one of
can
the
make no
houses to see
noise
them better.
with the boots I have on. I can just dance in front of them.
So I'm going to cast invisibility.
To the left.
This will drop if you do an attack or do anything that is an action. It will drop, but
Noted.
you are freaking invisible right now.
All right. Anybody else want to do any shuffling or rearranging before we start skipping through turns?
I'm
as far
gonna
as we
hang
start
out
moving
right
through
behind
turns.
him.
If Yuki's invisible, I'm just gonna move up here then. They can't
Yeah,
see
I
me
would
anymore.
totally encourage you to run ahead and scout for us. You're invisible.
Can I move again? Can we just keep moving?
Well, no,
Well,
because
it
now
was
we're
just for
now we're
that
gonna
little-
go now we're gonna go the turn order.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
it's Kane's turn. So Kane's gonna share a spot with Yuki because they're cool. All right, because it's 50 feet, man. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna share 50 feet blocks until we get down there. Because if not, we gotta like resize tokens, and I don't feel like doing that. right, Karoust, where do you want to go? Now, from your vantage point, I would say that you really can't see anybody. Like, we'll do some Warhammer action. Too much stuff in the way.
Really? Oh.
Well, there's like a house here. There's a house here.
Are those
Did he
full?
climb
Oh,
up?
there's houses.
Yeah, there's a house under this person.
Oh, man. I think I went the wrong way then. I would have gone this way. I thought this was the only thing. You can't see my mouse. It's okay. Help!
Was there someone actually calling help?
Yeah, you hear it dimly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, those are like 50-foot blocks. So
Yeah. Well, instead of where was I? I was here. Can I move back up this way instead? Is it still my turn?
all right, it's still your turn. You could move one block up. Yep.
Okay.
I'll even allow you to occupy the space of, underneath Sexy Kane. Isn't he like devilishly handsome? Isn't he like?
I'm trying to go
Isn't
this
he?
way.
He pulls
Man
the man
bun.
bun off. Thank you. He's got some cool armor, right? Like he totally is pulling off the man bun.
Can I
Dang
move
hipster.
Can I move adjacent? No, not adjacent. What's the word?
Hello?
Diagonal?
I mean, I'm pretty lazy, so yeah, you could move diagonally, count as
Okay.
50 feet.
I'm
too.
trying to get over here.
Yes, you could move
'Cause
like
is there-
here. You could move over the house.
Is there
right?
anything under here under her? Any houses?
There's a house under her. She's next to it. She's not climbing no houses. She got heavy ass
Okay.
armor and a giant tower shield and a spear. She ain't
Okay.
doing
Well-
Cirque du Soleil.
I moved from here to here, so that's my turn.
All right,
Yeah.
cultist time. Let's do some rolls. I'm gonna abbreviate these rolls so that we're not sitting in combat for 3 hours. Boom. Don't worry, she's fine. Everybody's fine. I just clicked on her. That's why you see the dice roll. All right. And then we will skip through that guy. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. That's that person's turn. Now you don't see what's happening because that's how we roll here. And we roll their attack.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
So, right now, we're moving in this direction because we're assuming that the person is still there.
And we heard someone crying out for help just a minute ago.
We did hear somebody cry out for help, a woman's voice.
Okay.
Tired but firm. Help me!
I'm just curious if I would have continued doing what I was doing if I thought that there was only the one person still. If I would have continued going this way. I think I'm metagaming a little bit.
A little bit, but that's fine. I mean, you heard them yell. You knew the arrow came from the east. You shot to the east. You just don't know what you hit. So your character, I think, is making an appropriate call, being like, "I want to move this way, right?
Okay.
I want to go this certain direction."
Okay.
I think it sounds fine. I don't think it's really metagaming. I don't
Okay.
think it's really metagaming at all. All right. So give me 1 second here. Boop doop doo. Boop. All right. And now we are done with my turn, and now it is Yuki Sato.
I'm just gonna dash. If I dash, can I move 2 tiles?
No.
Damn it.
I'm just abbreviating that you're dashing this whole time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think I can only move 1 spot forward then.
I mean, technically, as a rogue, them dashing is 3 times the movement speed of a normal person's normal speed. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So you get to move
'cause you
double movement with
dash
dash,
is a
and then
bonus
you use the.
action.
If you're using the, I guess if you're using the bonus action, yes, he's correct. You could
Yeah,
move.
your
another-
dash is a bonus action. Your action is a dash, and then your normal movement.
Whoa!
That's like 100 feet though, right?
That's awesome!
Yeah.
Yeah, you
but-
can. You
Go
can.
kick
You can
the
haul.
asses!
We know who
Rogues
the
are
back is
fast.
in Rogue.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just end it there and stay close and keep an eye on things.
All right,
And you're
Freya's turn.
invisible.
And you're invisible.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And you can share spaces right now since you're moving towards this situation.
I can move to that one, right?
Yeah, you can move diagonally for 50 feet. That's fine. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
we're not doing any basic geometry or some shit right now, right? I'm like, math. We know math ain't always good on Fridays, don't we, mother truckers? So we're
I
gonna
think
leave
we
that math
skipped
alone.
me. I think we skipped me, but that's okay.
Did we?
'cause
Yeah,
yeah.
go
I'm
ahead.
just-
Go ahead. Did we? Oh yeah, we did skip you by accident. Go ahead.
It's fine. Garmin's just running in his stubbly little legs as fast. Oh no, he's gonna run up to Brea and climb up on Brea's shoulders again.
All right, so you're here.
Yeah,
Sharing the same
I'm
spot.
on Brea's shoulders, so Brea's
All right.
just running with me on the back with
And
my
then
little staff.
Ari is going to move up.
Charge!
All right, and then Kane is
Charge.
going to move up. Carouse, did you say you wanted to move diagonally?
Yeah.
You can move up here. Now, do you want to try to climb and see what you can see, or do you want to just stay on the ground? I mean,
I'll send Artrax up. Just like what he did, just going up to the roof and like climbing up to the top so he's you can't see him, and I'm gonna just have Artrax tell me what he sees.
so Artrax can see between these buildings where he's at. He can see that this person's engaged with what appear to be 3 white furred armor people, and that's pretty much all you can get out of it. If you want to see more, you need to roll perception for Artrax, please.
I'm rolling what for
Mhm.
Artrax?
Perception.
Perception with
Perception.
Artrax. Oh shit! Nobody told me the music stopped playing. I haven't heard any music for a while.
Oh,
So,
me either.
so
Oh yeah,
so
no, I didn't
sad
even
right now.
realize.
Yeah.
I was
It's
so
so
focused
spooky.
on, okay, what's next?
Did I do it right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, because he's got a pretty good roll in that one. So yeah, he sees what appear to be 3 like white armored folks. They're they look in the images he is transmitting to you. They appear to be dressed like the people that you fought earlier. They appear to be armed with short swords. One has a bow on their back, and there's a woman who seems to be trying to fend off all 3 of them. She has some type of war hammer. She's wearing some type of you can't really tell, like it's a cloak, maybe an apron, something like that, and she appears to be fighting off fighting these 3 people at once.
Okay, I would like to cast Hunter's Mark on one of them. Probably, can I see this one?
I mean, you're still really
it
far
too-
away, right?
it's
Like
too
90
far
90
still?
feet. So this is 50.
Okay, never mind.
Ari's like 50 ahead, and then there's like
Okay.
50 feet. So the nearest person's like 150 feet away, somewhere in
Okay.
there. They're just kind of out of range.
Okay.
And remember, you can dash 60 feet. So on your next turn, I'm just
I
going to
can?
assume that you can dash 70 feet actually, because you can move 35 feet per turn. So if you dash at 70, so next
Okay.
turn you'll be within range to cast your.
Dashing is
Hunter's
a new
Mark.
thing for me. I didn't realize I could do
You get to move double your distance if it's not
Yeah.
if it's not rough terrain. and I'm not
Everybody
considering
can
the terrain.
dash as an action. Rogues can dash as a bonus action as well.
that. Is that somewhere in my
It's just in the it's just in the player rules about how dash is.
Oh, okay.
So your movement speed's 35, so you can actually move 70
Oh, that's
each turn
cool.
if you dash. But since we're theater of the minding this, because I don't have a grid set up for exactly the dimensions,
Yeah.
we're moving basically 50, 60 feet each
Gosh, Husher, why didn't you build an entire village city for us? Gosh.
Because I'm not Matt Mercer, I don't get paid to do this shit. But I love you, Matt. If you happen to stop by, I think you're amazing. I love you in all the animes that you do, and I really love Titanfall 2, and I hope you get to reprise your role as Jack Cooper. That'd be amazing.
You have really great
Last
hair.
night's
Yeah,
night's Ghost
fabulous
Roll had
hair,
me
man. I want it.
absolutely
I want
laughing
it.
my
Give it to
butt
me.
off.
So yeah, so you can move 70 feet. So next time when you move up, you will definitely. We're gonna shift you a little bit to an extra square to make up for your 70 feet dash.
Okay.
So you'll get a little extra bonus movement, right? We'll accommodate it. And then it's cultist turn. So let me do my cultist turn real quick. Give me 1 1 second.
Music stopped again.
Playing for me.
Oh my god, these cookies are so good. I can't stop eating them.
You have enough cookies for all of us?
All right. All right, and that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. And now that one's turn. Going as fast as I can. Don't judge me. Holy shit. Don't metagame. I'm just doing this to track this myself.
I'm not gonna look.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
Things happen when you're not playing, right? When you're waiting patiently, things can occur. All right. And now Yuki, it's your turn.
Okay. So, how close are these enemies to her? Like, if I dash, could we say that I'm like in range to potentially flank one of them?
If you dash, you can dash 60 feet. So if you dash, you could probably get. I would allow you to accommodate the theater of the mind. You could probably get to here. I would say that you could be close to being able to get behind them. But if you dash, does dashing break invisibility?
I
Garnet,
Uh,
do you
don't
know off the top
think
of your head?
so.
Is it just
a
taking
bonus?
like a type of action, like an attack or something like that, that breaks invisibility, or
So
casting a spell?
attacks or cast a spell?
Attacks or cast a spell.
So yeah,
dashing, no.
you can dash 120 feet technically, right? Because it's 30 plus 30 is a dash, so that's 60. If you dash again, that's another 60. So you can move 120 feet.
Wow.
So you can move just over 2 blocks. So I would say that yes, you could move adjacent to the one that would probably just have died.
Can you have radio, like walkie-talkies in D&D?
There are spells that allow for similar like function, yes.
Or like the spores that the fungi had that allows you to telepathically communicate with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Can't read each other's minds, but
So I'm not close enough to flank either one of the two that are alive,
not yet.
but am I within 60 feet of them?
From where you're at, if we really, yeah, he'd be within 60 feet of the 2 that are still there that you can see.
It's hard to tell, but are they like, I know there's a building in the way. Do I have like direct vision on one of them?
Let's get this guy out of the way. Yeah, you would see, because I mean, this is actually kind of happening like right here outside of this building. So she's just kind of on the right hand, like she's actually kind of like over on the right? So there's one like above her and one next to her that are both sort of adjacent. So yes, from where you're vantage at, I would say that yes, you could see this guy clearly.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and throw a dagger. And since I'm invisible, do I get advantage on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Julio.
Nice.
I mean, I'll say that you hit. I mean, it's questionable.
It's
okay,
only
but, like,
natural 20.
Holy crap.
And then, you know what I didn't realize last time is that since I'm level 4, I actually get 2d6 damage for my sneak attack dice. Wait, this counts as a sneak attack, right?
Yeah. Because
yeah, you're invisible. They can't see you. They have no idea.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll 2d6 for sneak attack. Oh dear God,
and
whatever.
it's crit. It's a crit too, so
You get your bonus damage on a crit.
And yeah, I hit that guy. Or a person.
Now, I don't want to ruin this for you or anything.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I'm just that terrible. Yeah. Boom.
Oof. Okay. Way to go.
Straight up took a dagger right in, like, back of the neck, right? Just, no pain, only dreams. Dude just slumps down.
Okay.
But unfortunately for you, what you also see now are these
Oh, it's
other
another. Oh dear God.
these other ones that have come on. Oh, did I mess that one up? Hold on a second. What's going on here?
Okay, is this person within 30 feet of the one that I just killed? The one to the left?
Yeah, they would be, because they would be adjacent to the person that they're fighting.
Then I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Wells from the Grave on him too, because now it seems like we have a lot of enemies we need to take out. Oh, let me see. Is it just 1d6? It's just 1d6. Okay.
There we go. That problem's fixed. So these guys pop out from behind the little ruin of a wall.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah, so I'm also gonna hit that guy with Wells from the Grave for 4 damage.
And here's a question, DM.
Yeah.
Since his attack was a crit, does his bonus damage from Wheels of the Grave from the person get the same bonus damage?
I think it's just normal damage that's applied from Whales from the Grave.
Whales?
Whale from the Grave, right?
Like the mammal? Or
Like
Like
just
a baby
WAIL.
wailing.
Giant whales.
Which is what poor Garmy's gonna hear soon.
Like
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
your
get
like a-
nothing but wailing for the next year.
Like a
But
cry? Like a wailing cry?
Like a wailing cry, like
Okay.
whale from
Yeah.
the grave, right? Like a
Okay.
scream from the
I-
grave kind
I-
of thing.
Okay.
So let's take a look
This
at
is
this.
why I need things to be spelled out.
Your sneak attack damage on a creature, you can target a second creature that you see within 30 feet of the first creature. Roll half the number of sneak attack dice for your level and round up.
Okay.
And the second creature takes necrotic damage equal to the roll's total. So it's not just the damage, it's necrotic damage, which is kind of rarish, especially, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see a lot of necrotic damage. Especially not fighting against you, you may not see a lot of necrotic damage.
Oh, and that uses one of mine.
So how many? So what was that for your damage roll for Whale from the Grave?
It was 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, I already applied it, so that one's fine. All right, now I need to add these guys. Boom, boom, boom. And as a cool guy, I'm just gonna leave them at last on the turn order every turn. All right.
Thanks,
and Garmy,
cool guy.
Yeah. All right,
I'm
Garmy,
just
it's your
gonna-
turn. You little gnomey bastard. Get in there.
Nice
Is
try.
it
I am-
time
I
for a
am
gnome
still-
yeet?
I am still on Brea's shoulders, and I am just readying an action to Ray of Frost any enemy that I see.
Where's
I just want to
Freya?
make it clear you're giving up your movement action.
Because
Brea,
I am
per
on
se.
Brea's
Okay.
back, and her movement will be my movement.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. So when you go, I go. I like it. This is very Thelma and Louise. I like it. All right, Bray, it's
I'm
your
riding
turn.
the barbarian into battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I will
move
allow you to
diagonal
move
again.
one extra square to make up for the math that isn't set for 60-foot cubes. So I will let you move another square.
Music
What's
stopped
better
again.
for you, there or there?
I think you should yeet him up onto a roof. I literally want to roll this. Like, I want to see what happens. Like,
Can
I'm
I-
not gonna-
Can I throw you on the roof?
If there is a roof close to them that you can yeet me onto, go for it. Like, it'd have to be like within. Let me look. Where's my? Let's.
So 50 feet, right? So if you were on this roof, I'll assume you're like right here. I would assume that you are 100, like you're going to be within 100 feet of this guy, right? This first one.
I would want to be at least 50 feet away, at least within 50 feet. So throw me on a closer roof when you get closer.
Like right on top of this little well right here.
Yeah.
Well, like.
So, should I move up to this one here, since he gave me another block?
Yeah, and then if you can actually try to throw me on top of this roof, if that's something the DM will allow, we will finally yeet the gnome.
I mean, you want her to chuck you 50 feet?
No,
Okay. I mean,
but I won't stop her if she does it.
I'll let you try to fucking steal a leg, I'll let you try to throw a gnome 50 feet.
How bad could it hurt
Like
him?
this is some Olympian shit. Let's just say that I would
Um,
consider that he would take. I will, in the interest of fairness, if you terribly fail, 1d8 right for damage.
Well, no, for 1d for 6. No, sorry, for
Every 10
feet
feet.
of distance, it's 1d6.
Is it 1d6 or 1d8?
If you're falling, for falling, it's 1d6. I don't know about throwing.
I thought it was 1d8 for falling. Am I just fucking? Oh yeah, you're right. 1d6. Yeah, 1d6. I will say, because you're prepared for it. She's kind of yeeting you. I'm just gonna say you're just gonna take 1d6 points of damage if you biff it if she doesn't succeed.
So only 1d6, so I'll still have at least some health left. So let's go for it.
I mean,
If
because
you
if
make-
not,
What
it's
about
like, how
rolling?
do you make it fair, right? And I'm like, you know what? If somebody tried to toss me and more fucking
I would
power
say
to
that would
them,
be in athletics. I would
it's
say
going to be an
athletics.
athletics check, and I have a difficulty in mind. And don't be surprised if you may not succeed. I'm just saying.
Come on, natural 20. Come on, Brea.
You're gonna want a natural
Eat
20.
that gnome.
Imagine.
Wait.
Oh yeah, you already used your portent too, so you
If I
can't get
use-
anything.
My what's it called? The
Inspiration.
inspiration. What does that do for me?
It
You
gives
get advantage.
All right, I'm gonna use that.
21. That's not terrible.
No, but this is a really hard throw, so
Yeah.
you take
Come on,
1d6
we're
of
eating the
damage
gnome.
as you kind of hit the
Ugh.
ground. But I will let you negate it to half of that damage if you make an athletics check to land nimbly
Athletics or
pimbly.
acrobatics?
I will allow you to use either. Acrobatics probably more appropriate. I will allow you to do a check to see if you take any damage. And if you
I am
fail, you'll
also
take half
gonna-
damage.
I am also going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Woo!
So, I mean, she grabs you, right? She's got you by your little toddler diapers, right? She's got you by the, and she just yeets you, and you start to tumble in the air, right? And you see the well rapidly approaching, but you know you're not gonna land. So you pop your robes out, dude, and you use them as drag, and then you just hit the ground and slide like 5
New
feet.
Year's, like grabbing onto your beard and like flopping in the wind as you're like
And, I
flying
mean-
through the air.
Yeah, you look
I
like
love
you're
it.
totally out of control, but you pull your robe open and it just catches the air and it rights you, and you just land right on your feet. And I will say that
Do
you
I
take 0 damage.
Do I
we
still
yeeted
have
the
my held
gnome.
action?
Yes, you would still have your held action. She took her action to yeet you.
Then I will Ray of Frost whichever guy is closest to me.
So
So I-
yeah, you would have landed right about there. Yep, you can Ray of Frost him. Absolutely.
Wow.
You hit.
Yes.
I'd say you hit.
Nice.
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 Ooh, nice.
The gnome yeet was successful.
He's
Oh,
dead.
when the bullshittery pays off.
And he is dead. So we're gonna clear these guys out of the area just to get them out of the so they're not cluttering.
We'll have to
Um,
make sure to search their bodies though. And
Yeah,
go
we'll
back to
search
the
their
other
body
ones.
afterwards. Yeah, we'll search their bodies afterwards. All right. So these guys are gonna take their turn. All right. And they have all moved, and then it's Kane's turn. So Kane, he's gonna make up his distance loss in the previous turn. So he's moving 2 squares, right? Caroused. You can move 2 squares this turn, right? I don't think I allowed you to do 2, so you can move 2 squares to make up for your distance and mathematics being off.
Is that 2 squares?
Yep.
And I can
if you're
attack
dashing?
too?
If you're dashing, if you want to dash,
Oh,
like if you can move 1
that
square
means
if you
I
want to
can't
attack.
attack.
Yeah, if you
And
want
if
to
I'm
move 1
if
square.
I'm like here, then that's too far to.
No, you could make a bow shot with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your bow range is like ridiculous.
You
For
have like a
longbow.
longbow. It's like, what is it, 180 feet and then 360 feet or something? Like
Yeah,
you can yeet arrows
180
a long
feet
way.
normally, 360 feet with disadvantage.
I have 150/600.
Yeah, 600. Ooh, even better. You can shoot
Is
up to
that
600
right?
feet away. Yeah.
But at disadvantage.
Yeah. So 150 feet, you can shoot no disadvantage at all. Past that, up to 600 feet with disadvantage.
Am I at 150?
Yeah, I'd say you're within 150 feet, making up for distance lost and where
Hell
they're
yeah!
located. Yeah, you can do it.
I'm going all in then. I'm gonna say we get some sharpshooter action going.
Oh, she's doing the
Nice.
sharpshooter. Oh, lordy!
We got some silent shadow attackage. And I'm going to use my inspiration. Did I already use it?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration. So remove 5. Does that hit?
17. Yes. You aim at this guy. You hit. Roll for damage.
Yeah, this guy.
And you get your plus 10.
So I'm going to roll for damage. It's a normal hit. So that's
21.
That's 21 damage. I just want to say we're all kicking ass today.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
I'm missing a whole
cow!
face after that shot.
And he's dead.
Whew.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Right through an eye socket. He just flops over, had no idea what was about to happen to him. He turns and he's like, "What's that?" Boom! Like right in the eye, just pitches backwards, and falls over. Had no idea. Brother had no idea what was about to happen to him. Poor bastard.
Oh, I never did those. Oops.
I mean, we told you that sharpshooter could be incredibly powerful when it works. When it works, right? Plus you get all those other bonuses. So really you're attacking with what, a plus? Even with the -5, you're attacking with a +3. Right?
Pretty good.
You still have a +3 to attack. So like it's not bad. All right. Now this crazy lady, in all of her angst, you hear her yell some type of guttural war cry that you don't recognize, and she trucking towards the next one. And now it is Yuki's turn.
Okay, I need to ask again. Am I within range to flank any of these guys now that she's on like one side of them?
No, you have to be directly opposite. So you would have to be like
just-
far enough over here. I would say not yet. You're not close enough yet on this turn to be able to flank.
Okay, that's fine.
They're still about 50 feet away, right, from where these are at.
I'll just throw another dagger.
Before Erica opens it up in chat about how her character used to have 100 fucking daggers in her D&D game, and I'm like, I definitely ain't that GM. How many daggers do you have? Do you have more than like 6? Because at a certain point, you're just dragging a bag of daggers behind you. All right. Let's see here. So you're gonna dagger yeeting. You
And
hit
then
for
I'm gonna-
25. Okay.
2-weapon fighting and throw the second dagger. Or try to.
Is 2-weapon fighting?
I
Does
thought
it
we
say
said,
just an attack? I think last time.
I thought we said it works with throwing.
I think you can use 2-weapon fighting with range. I think you can.
Yeah. If
De-
you're using
you
2 separate
definitely
ranged
can.
items, yeah. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, we did it last time, right? So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. We looked this up.
But you don't add your, but you don't have
No-
2-weapon.
no
You don't add your
proficiency.
proficiency.
Oh,
You don't add any
nice.
So
proficiency to it.
just 4 for the second one.
Well, for 2-weapons fighting, you still have to make a second attack, right? So you rolled a 17 on your second attack, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So 17 plus an 8, okay. And that was to this guy?
So yeah, this person.
Yeah,
So,
so
it would be. It would not be 17. It would be or
my 13?
-2 because it added the proficiency. No
Yeah, so
proficiency on
you still hit.
round.
You still hit. Don't worry, you still hit. Yeah,
Okay.
you still hit. And,
And
I mean, the
then-
dagger sinks into his armor, and you hear him yelp in pain, and turns and looks towards you. But obviously, bleeding, and there's a fucking dagger embedded in the guy's kidney.
And then as my bonus action, I think there's like a little building like right here or something.
Yep, there's a little building
Yeah.
right there.
Can I just try to hide behind there?
Sure can. We're just gonna snuggle up. We're gonna snuggle up. We're all snuggly. All right.
Do I
And
need
now
a
it is
stealth
the
check or no?
Garmster's turn, who has eloquently landed on his feet.
I
Is
have a
there one of
question.
them within 90 feet of me?
I have a quick question. So Yuki is leaving. Doesn't that mean that they get an attack?
I
Is
don't
that
think
different?
it counts for me because I'm a rogue. It's my bonus action. I think
You
I
can
could just
bonus action disengage, but were you actually in melee range with them?
No, I wasn't actually.
Then
Yeah,
you
so
don't need to disengage.
You wouldn't need to disengage if you're not
Oh,
adjacent.
okay.
You only have to
Oh.
disengage if you're adjacent, which you're still not barbarian.
Okay.
This
okay,
battle is
okay.
taking place over like a long.
I understand.
distance,
I just
right?
didn't. We've never done that before, so I didn't know. Cool. Okay.
I got skipped again, but on
Oh,
the
what?
order sheet.
Haven't-
Why is
the
it doing
orders-
that?
I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Maybe my mouse
is
just
there
clicking twice.
is one of them within 90 feet of me, or are either of them within 90 feet of me, or both?
I would allow you to move here, just looking at the distance. You could move here and be within 90 feet.
Both of them,
It's
or
big.
just one of them?
Just this one.
Then I will throw a chromatic orb.
You do have great luck with that spell, by the way.
It's gonna take the lightning form, and
Ooh.
we're gonna hope I
believe in you. I believe in chromatic.
Ooh.
I
orb this
natural one.
time.
So that misses, and that's my turn.
Okay.
You're like, damn it! I wish I'd let him skip me, so
And
that way
I
I
will
still
be
have
right
a chromatic
back.
orb for next time. Yeah, can we? Do you
Hey.
want me to
That
take
chromatic
5
orb
minutes
is
real quick?
terrible.
We haven't had a break in like since we started. We want to take 5 minutes real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta feed
Yeah.
my doggies.
I have to get water
Yeah.
too.
Get some water, yeah.
Is who's an entertaining chat?
I don't know, because I have
Mother
to...
trucker volunteers.
Nope, I'm going to the bathroom unless y'all want to come with me.
Oh no.
Okay,
no,
we will
no,
be
I'm gonna
right
get
back.
water.
Everyone will be. Okay, be right back, guys. You guys are.
love it. I was workshopping just new the newt, but new here is so much better.
New here.
I love it.
It is Brea's turn. She has yeeted the gnome on her last turn, and she can move up to Garmi's spot. She can move 2 squares to make up for lost distance over the previous rounds.
So I'm gonna move there with him, and I'm gonna throw my my Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. What's
Leroy
the range?
Jenkins.
Are those like 120, 200,
Yeah.
400 or something? I forgot.
Up to 120. Like I think it's
The
30 to
javelins
120.
have a good range.
Yeah, they're pretty chonk.
I am muted, thank you. Ooh, look at
Thank
me go.
God. A not crap roll.
Yeah, you hit. So roll for which one were you attacking? This one?
Yeah, the one straight in front of us.
Okay. What
Okay.
the fuck are your dice? What is that? I don't even know what that number is. Did you see that dice? Can you roll? I just want you to roll it again. I'm like, what was that?
What is it?
Yeah, like, did
It
you?
Did I
doesn't
do
do
anything?
numbers, it does like symbols.
Yeah, it was like weird dash. I just saw like weird colored like
If
RGB.
it does
Nice have
that,
RGB.
if it does that, it means that it's the highest number.
Is that what that?
That's
word
its
is?
like special
Ah.
symbol
You
thing.
want me to
Oh,
roll
I
it
gotcha.
again?
Because no, you're fine. No, so yeah, you hit for 10. Yeah, you know, and obviously a javelin flies out of the air and smacks this poor bastard out of the blue. And it's a glancing blow that bounces off of his armor, but you know it leaves like a red gash, and you can see some blood fly with it. And he did take significant part of damage, probably to like a shoulder. Wham! So it still hit him. It's just not. I mean, the dude ain't gonna. I'm not gonna roleplay the
Right.
guy running around with a javelin sticking out of him.
Come on.
I know. It's chonky. All right, and now it is Aries' turn, and she's going to make up her movement, so she's going to be here at these houses. This guy's going to move. This guy's going to move. But this guy is actually going to attack.
Freya.
No,
No.
it's a nice try, though.
Do they see me if I'm hidden?
And no, this guy's going to shoot at Garmy. 16, right? That's over your. What's your AC?
My AC is 12. Before I was about to say shield, but you said the number too quick.
16. My AC is totally a 16.
My AC is 12.
17. All right, so we're gonna roll for damage.
If I had had the chance to shield, it would have missed.
Hits you
You
for
were too
8.
fast for me. Okay, I'm looking hurt.
What the devil? As you pull an arrow out of your chest, right?
I got 5 hit points left.
And now it is Kane's turn. Kane moves up. I would say at this point, pretty much adjacent to this cultist, but still outside of range, even with his dash. But on his next turn, on his normal movement, he'll be adjacent to him. Karaust, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That guy's like 200 feet away.
So would that be disadvantage?
But it's 180, right? Is your roll, right? The range on that bow, 180. Is it 180, 600?
150, 600.
You could
So
move
I
here.
could move.
You could move one square. Yeah, I'd let you move one
forward.
square and then make an attack without it being a disadvantage.
Wait, I thought Garmy was underneath me. Is Garmy not under? Where's Garmy?
Garmin's right here.
With Brea. Yeah.
Oh,
He's with Bray, hanging
okay.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He
use
recovered and moved.
my silent shadow. Go after that guy right there. Pull her out. Oops, did not mean to do 2 of those. Attack a Rooney. Wow,
Nice.
Are you hit?
beautiful. And now we're gonna do some damage to Rooney. I'll take that.
Yeah, you hit. I mean, an arrow, like you watch it just flies through the air, cleanly hits him. Probably like an abdominal wound. You see him like kind of reach back and grab onto it with one arm, as the impact kind of shakes him a little bit. But he's still single and ready to mingle. All right, now Iria's adjacent now to this guy, and so you don't know her name, but you know now you do. So we're gonna go ahead and roll an attack, see what happens. Oh, and she missed terribly. All right, and oh well, and now Miss Yuki Sato's turn.
We are going to attack.
I would say on this turn you could be adjacent to that target as well.
Do I have to move or am I just there?
Theater of the mind, you are now just there within 30 feet. So you can take
Okay,
your
so-
normal action. You can take your normal action and
Nice.
attack.
Am I close enough to get the flank since what's her name? Area, something like that is there?
Yeah, I would say if you wanted to move here just for keeping it all straight, yeah, you could be adjacent to this guy if you wanted to move here.
Okay.
Within that movement, fairness. So you say you want to get a flank?
I want to get a flank sneak attack.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd say if you're close enough, you could probably move the flank. I'd allow that right now.
Neat.
That portion of the map is condensed down into now 5 feet. You hit, and I don't want to have the heart tell you this, but however,
I have sneak attack.
Morphed.
Oh, he's dead. Didn't even need all that.
Oh yeah, you just stabbed that guy right in the back with your wakizashi. Just like cut him up into like 1,000 pieces.
If you had sneak attack, still roll it so you can get the Wail of the Dead, which is half damage.
I
or
used
half
2 of
protection.
them. I only have 2 per short
Okay,
rest.
you don't have
so-
any more? Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to just go back behind that building I was hiding behind originally.
You're so sneaky. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually be
You're
a
like,
rogue.
hey, I'm a thing. Pow, pow, pow. Okay, bye.
That's the way to do it.
And then Garmy.
Yeah,
What are
I'm
you
trying
gonna
to
do?
decide, do I want to take this guy alive or not? Do I want to take this last final guy alive? That's the final question. Blow up his head or take him alive?
What do you mean,
Damn,
take him
my dude's head
alive?
explodes.
Like, question
I
him?
will try. I will, yeah. Take him alive for questioning. I will pry out. This last guy's within 60 feet of me, correct? Or I can get within
Yes.
60 feet of the last guy.
I would say that if he would be moving towards you, and he'd be within 60 feet.
I cry out. I reach out my hand, and in it is a small straight piece of iron, and I cry out, "Hold!" And I'm gonna cast Hold the Person on that guy. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
What's your spell's DC that he needs to beat?
14.
All right. This might go really poor for this guy because, like, he ain't the brightest tool. Like, you know what I mean? Poor bastard. All right, so. Oops.
On a success, the spell ends on this target. What does that mean?
If every
A
turn they
successful
can try
saving
to
throw.
break the spell.
Oh, okay. If they
And
successfully...
if they succeed in breaking the
get-
spell, then the
okay.
spell ends.
What do you
Okay.
think? Do you think? You know what? You want to roll this, Garmy? You want the roll to be in your favor? It's your
I mean,
choice.
You already
roll.
rolled.
I did roll. Yeah, he's totally frozen. He's totally frozen. So yeah, so he's moving and he just like stops and he's just incapable of moving. You see the frustration in his eyes, but he's unable to move.
He's paralyzed. Someone bind him before he breaks out.
Oh, we could just say Yuki ties him
Yeah,
up with
well,
her rope.
Oh, Brea's next.
Since
And
Well,
then that's my
right
turn.
I mean,
We're still in initiative, so that's my turn.
And now
Oh,
it's
Brea's
Brea's turn.
Yeah, I'll run up and hog time.
I'm trying to do the math. I don't know if you're close enough, right? Because you can dash 60 feet. You were still like kind of right there. Guys at the edge. Yeah,
I thought
I'll
it was
allow Why not?
condensed now, though.
Well, no. This like this bit right,
them,
kind of like
okay.
here.
Okay.
But I would say you could take your action and still bind him.
Can I lasso him?
Do you have any rope to tie him up with? You should check
I
your
do.
pack.
I do.
Yeah. How many feet of rope? You gonna tie him up with all 50? Just like wrap him up like a little mummy?
Yeah, I'm gonna hog tie him with like every inch of it.
Because if not, you want to cut part of it off. I'm gonna be like, you have a 46-foot rope now, right? You got 37.2 feet of rope. All right, so yeah, so you all approach and you find this mass, this battle that happened here at the edge of town. Kane is still looking around, right? And this we're gonna go ahead and get these guys out of here. Before we move into that roleplay aspect for this tenet of D&D, do you want to search the bodies or anything?
Yes, and the
maybe?
ones
Yes.
and the ones back there too.
All of them.
So
if it seems like the town is no longer under attack, I would like to start gathering all the bodies and searching them all.
well, that's gonna take a little bit of time, right?
Yes.
You're gonna go. Are you gonna? Okay, so let me ask you a moral question. Are you gonna check the bodies of the dead townspeople too for goodies?
No. Just the bandits. I'm gonna start gathering like the bandits we killed before, the bandits we've just captured right now, and start going through all those.
So thematically that will happen. We'll do that first, right? And then we're gonna pick it up from here and assume that happens.
Fair.
So you find one silver dagger, right? A silver dagger with some type of symbol on it. You don't necessarily recognize. You will, but I have a description for it later. You find one silver dagger. You find a +1 bow.
Oh,
And you also find at this time that one of the people that you killed had a broken off arrow shaft that had come down out of nowhere and hit him in the clavicle, and he probably had like a broken shoulder and he was only able to take 1 attack per round instead of 2.
Nice.
One of you finished him off earlier in the fight. I don't remember which one of you it was, but he was one of the first ones to die over here in the
Hell
first
yeah.
group of 3.
I
You
like
also
look at
find
Garmy and I high five him because I was feeling such good energy from him that I just like that made that shot count.
you find 300 gold. You
Wow,
find
that's
Add
a
it
lot
to
of
the
gold.
break of Beria.
you find 70 silver, and you find 55 copper. Well, I mean, let's put this in perspective in case you all aren't considering this. These guys were also looting the town. So it's not
Oh.
necessarily morally
Yeah.
right to take this gold. I'm just leaving it up to you. Do whatever you want. I'm going to
Are
go
there
murder
any
hobo and kill everybody else's.
townspeople still alive?
How many townspeople are still alive?
Yeah,
Probably
how
at
many?
least a couple dozen that have fled, like around, right? A few
Who would we give
families,
that to?
some farmers and stuff. But
If the town mayor or village elder is still alive, we'll give them like some maybe some of it. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss how much we give them amongst ourselves.
and
The
you find,
indecision in that sentence.
I mean, you find a lot of mementos, right? So you find like little baubles and trinkets that don't necessarily have any value.
Can we
You know,
take
you fi-
their like skins? Not their skins. That sounds
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
We're,
Like
we're
the-
making them all
Whoa.
naked.
weird. No, the
I want their fur.
Well, cause the ship, the captain, we're going here for animal skins to make hides and stuff, right? And that's what they're wearing is like white furs. Can we just take that stuff?
They're wearing some type of white fur armor and cloaks.
Can we take that stuff for the captain? Why are you giggling,
mean,
Garmy?
It would
We're
already
stripping
be
him naked.
No.
it would
Skyrim.
be
That's
trying
what
to
they're
collect
wearing.
it would be trying to collect some type of like specific armor because these are furs already processed into something, right? He's coming to buy furs in bulk. Like, give me a big bale of fur from like seals or whatever, right? So you could try to scavenge some of this armor that might be usable or repairable. But it wouldn't be fur necessarily that the captain might buy from you.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't gonna have him buy it. I was just gonna give it to him because if he's already interested
Yeah,
in
you can
getting
try.
it,
I mean, I'm not gonna say
then
no. You can still try. It's just
I just
armor. I will
figured
tell.
we'd
Would
save
their
him
armor
some.
like classify as light armor, and
Yes.
also would it fit a barbarian?
I mean, maybe, but if you put on armor, what about your unarmored defense? Yeah, all right. You can carry a shield too. You just can't use Girthquake if you use a shield. Now you can't have the paladin shield because he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? This is mine. I'm an Oath of Vengeance paladin. You want to throw down?"
Can I just take one of the pelts and put it over my shoulders?
To look cool.
Yeah, I could say that you could pull off like the cloak piece of it, and you could attach it with a brooch or something, and wear it as like a piece of clothing that's a white fur, and we'll assume it's moderately unbloodied. And you find, as also part of this, you find one usable set of this white fur armor that would count as, let's see, I'm feeling pretty good here. What would, I don't want to say it's studded, because I want to diverge from my notes a little bit here.
Can I take anything that we find and make like a little saddle for for our tracks for new here?
You're new here. We might have to commission a craftsman
my
to make
leather
a
You would have
lizard
to, you would have
saddle.
to, you would have to spend some gold to do it and find a craftsman who can do it for you. I
Could I
won't
not
say
A
do-
no.
lizard saddle, a dragon lizard saddle.
I have leather
Yes.
worker tools. I can't do it myself.
You can, but it costs money and it costs time.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we got
That's
money.
But you
totally
could.
something. That's Brea's new project. She has been tasked with making a lizard.
Yeah, I would say that
Saddle
this
for a
this
tiny
counts
dragon.
as studded leather armor, right? I'd say this is just a set of studded leather. It's not a +1 armor, but it's just, it appears to be made out of like fox fur and some other types of beasts that roam inside of the spine of the world. You have one set. It's pure white, completely, cloak, shoulder piece, hood comes over your head, and the armor itself is white, studded with little, steel rivets, right? And it would fit somebody who can be proficient with light armor, which is most of you, but not all of you.
I can't wear any
I know,
armor.
Garmy's like, can you give me some motherfucking white mage robes, please?
What does putting on light armor do for? I don't know what it does for.
You
It
would
would raise your armor class potentially, but you will lose your benefits of unarmored defense. Because like your class is like, I need to deal damage all of the time
Yeah.
and take damage. But remember, when you actually, with your unarmored defense, there's like the benefits of unarmored defense too, right? So don't you get an AC buff for being unarmored?
So for unarmored defense, I think you add your Constitution modifier in addition to your Dexterity modifier. I think.
Yeah, I'd have to
your
go look at
AC.
something like that. But yeah, you lose that benefit if you put on armor. But it doesn't mean that you can't temporarily take armor. But if you want to start temporary, so here I'm going to give you a metagaming concept, right? We're marching, and I decide, because in case we get surprised, I want to wear armor, right? Because surprise is a thing that I haven't done with you yet in D&D, because surprise is unfun. Like, you're walking through the forest, and I'm checking your passive perception, and I'm like, all right, what happens on the first day of your travel? And you're like, nothing. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna decide what happens on second day of your travel, because I don't like to roll on random encounter tables. But I determined, because you haven't said anything about it for the past 2 days of travel, that you're now surprised. I looked at your passive perception. You didn't see the guys that ambushed you. You were surprised. If you're surprised, you don't get a first round in combat. The other guys do. You all get skipped if you're surprised. The same thing happens the other direction, right? If you surprise enemies, they lose their first turn. Because I've given surprise to you before, I just haven't used it against you. So let's say, in case you're worried about this, you think I'm some vindictive shitlord DM, and I'm surprising you all the time on travels, you're like, I'm gonna wear armor. Because that way I get this little extra benefit. If I get surprised, maybe it helps me out. And I'm like, cool. So you get attacked, and you're like, oh no, but now I want to use my unarmored defense because it's better in this situation. And you want to take your armor off. I will absolutely go to the rules and make you abide by the disrobing your armor rules.
Which
If you were
takes
to,
about like 20 minutes.
Yeah, if you want
Yeah.
to put on like full plate armor, that shit's gonna take you like half an hour. Like you might as well just tough it out.
I think
That's a
I did the
metagaming thing.
math.
Don't worry about it. Like
I think I did the math. In order for Brea to get a benefit from armor, she'd have to have at least half plate. I think.
it's something ridiculous that if you were to like take off to get unarmored defense, it's gonna be like, well, you might as well just sit this one out, because I mean, a lot of times with those heavy armors, you need 2 people to put it on or take it off, right? So you can still do it yourself, but you would basically be giving up all of your turns in combat just to like put
Right.
on or take off armor.
Would it
If we
benefit
found half
anyone else?
plate or something magical, then yes, that would work good for Brea. This light armor would probably work best for a ranger or a rogue.
Correct. Probably so.
Is
And
it
there's a
better
+1
than
bow.
leather
What do you have?
armor?
What's your current armor? Studded leather armor would be better than just straight up leather armor.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
I feel like you
I'll
should
take
totally
that.
have that because I'm like way off of the action. You're
it
always
was called
in it,
studded
on
leather
it.
armor.
Yes.
Studded leather. It's worth
Studded.
as 45 gold pieces if you want to sell it. And when you equip it, you get 12 plus your dex modifier as your
Nice.
AC.
I'm taking that right now.
Carouse is giving up everything. Are you taking the bow, Carouse? Please tell me you're taking the bow.
Hell yeah, I'm taking that bow.
I'm taking the bow. I'm just
This
kidding.
dude has like, Yuki, she's got like the boots of elven kind and 27 daggers apparently and like so
It's a long bow.
correct.
Long
+1.
bow +1.
Mhm.
Can I rename it?
You can name it to whatever you want. Mhm. When I give you a magical artifact that's super cool, I will name it and I will tell you what it does. But you can name whatever weapon you want. You can even call you can name any weapon you have, absolutely. But if I design a custom weapon for you, and it's gonna have a cool history, it's gonna have a whole biography of the history of that weapon, a lineage, famous people who wielded it before you.
I'm gonna take the money that we found and put it in my bag, but in a separate spot away from the other.
When I search for things, I typically add the one that says DDB items. But
Yes,
there's
that's correct.
the longbow +1 says SRD. Is that
let's
okay?
see.
I don't see a longbow.
You can still, you can use the SRD one. That just means it's standard rules, not D&D Beyond import. So it's the same item. It's not going to disappear.
Okay.
But yes, if you see DDB, use it first, and if the only thing you see is SRD, then use the SRD. That's fine.
Okay. So do you have a specific name for this bow?
Nope, this bow is just a cool little magical bow.
That's its
Just
name.
+1.
Cool little magical bow +1.
Coolio, you call him Coolie Bow. Coolie Bow! Oh, Coolie Bow!
Kind of like
You
the
seem
suggestion from chat.
Very
Bert.
excited. Bird?
So yeah, so now you get an additional +1 when you attack. For that bow. So now instead of a
Bow?
+3 if you use your sharpshooter, now you get a +4 when you use sharpshooter, because it's a +1,
Coolie
and then you
bow?
subtract your 5. I mean, you could always put it up for a poll if you want to come up with some cool names.
I mean,
Bert,
Silent
Coolie
Shadow's
bow.
pretty dope.
Bowie face.
Call it Yeetus Deletus.
Heatus deletus.
The face
Call
she
it the
made.
arrow eater.
Yeeter of souls.
Eater of arrows.
Or you could go with a cool name like Winter's Fang.
You guys can decide.
Arrow make arrow
Bow
face.
job.
Should I just rename all of my
Bow
daggers?
job!
Yes, that's
Bow
it.
job.
That's
Hit
it.
him with a bow
That's
job
it.
attack!
Absolutely
Who
perfect.
said that, Rex?
We all
Rex.
decided. You said we could decide. That's it.
Yep, you did say we could decide.
Rex.
That's the name.
Fucking Rex,
It's bow
Oh
job.
my
Bow
god,
job.
that's fucking perfect, dude.
Aren't you glad our fiance is so funny?
You know, right now he's got a picture of a bow on his phone.
Our
He's gonna text
fiance
you a
is
picture.
hilarious.
He's gonna text you
Oh.
another picture zoomed in on the bow. He's gonna picture you another picture
Stop
even more
it.
zoomed in
He's
of a
not
bow.
doing that. You're giving him ideas.
He's
You
waiting
actually
for it.
did it. I love it.
Oh, fuck hell, dude. Bow
My face hurts from smiling so hard.
Oh, job +1. God bless
That's
you.
a magical bow job.
Oh my god, dude.
Can we call it magical bow job?
I mean, it is a magical bow.
Instead of
It is, and
bow job +1, magical bow job.
Yes.
Magical bow job.
Yes. Magical.
How about you could
bow
always go with
job.
earth-shaking bow job as well. I mean, I'm just saying.
Magical's good.
Magical bow job.
Magical bow job. Where did my
Magical bow job.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
So now that you have, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Face hurt.
What? I'm glad my lights are so bright you can't see me blush. Now that you have found the magical bow job and have recovered these looted goods, this young woman approaches you. And as she approaches, you see that she has, hopefully you see the
Oh
picture of
my
the person,
god.
right? Like, she approaches you, and she's wearing, like, you can see that she's wearing some type of leather armor, but she's only able to partially don it. So, like, one of her arms is just, like, that has this intricate leather armor. And under it, she's wearing, like, a commoner's tunic, but she's wearing, like, a blacksmith's apron. And her face and her armor, you know, and is, like, you know, just kind of sooty, like she was in there, like, you know, making some horseshoes or whatever. And she's wielding a warhammer that she slips into her belt. I mean, she introduces herself as Iria. And she thanks you, right? She thanks you for coming to aid her, and
photo. She is hot. Holy cow.
Yeah,
and I
just about to say, you
in
just
full
see, like,
disclosure, I
Her
have.
eyes,
cartoon
dude.
hearts.
If you
Oh,
look at the
Jesus.
name of this character, it's Airy backwards. This character is homage of Erica, one of your mods who helped me design this NPC.
What? Avery!
Way to go, Airy. Brea's
What a
now in love
perfect
with you.
stream to have made that gasm command. It's coming in handy.
Everybody's
That's great.
Like, all you can just see
my
like
God.
cartoon hearts popping up above Brea's head.
I
like,
want to
she's all
cosplay
doe-eyed
this
right now.
person. I want to cosplay this person.
So
Yeah.
Airy helped me. Airy helped me design the look of this character. And her name is Iria, and she introduces herself as Frostfire Cove's blacksmith. She thanks you, and you can see that she's bleeding a little bit. And Kane walks over and go ahead and lays hands on her to help kind of heal her. And obviously they know each other. And she looks at him and she's talking, and he just kind of points, and you know you can still see some scar tissue around his neck from when he was healed and revived. And you can see that she just has this look of sadness and empathy because, you know, he's trying to mouth words to her. They know each other. They have some type of relationship. You obviously don't know what it is, but she looks physically pained by seeing his distress. And he kind of points around, and, you know, and she kind of embraces him briefly. And, you know, Ares is standing there next to him and pats her on the back. And apparently Siri wanted to have an input on this. The world is your oyster. You have a tied up cultist or brigand of some kind wrapped in fucking 50 feet of rope.
Is he still
Dude,
He ain't
paralyzed?
going nowhere.
I mean, he's struggling at this point, but I have yet to roll to see if he can escape from his bonds of 40 foot of rope. Like,
50.
With all this watching.
I mean, yeah, like standing there, like he's just wiggling around like a human piece of bacon, just flopping around, trying to get out of this rope. What do you guys want to do? And
I'm
as you consider
captivated.
these actions, you find that you see some random common folk kind of starting to come back from the edges of the town, weeping and crying, seeing the death and destruction in some of their homes, starting to kind of pick the pieces together to find maybe some of their loved ones or people they have known that might have died in the battle where these people attacked Frostfire Cove.
I don't think we've all. I believe we briefly met, but I don't think we've all been really properly introduced. I am Garmelian Archfeet. I am a wizard, and we're trying. We just arrived here and tried to help whatever this attack was. We have this guy to interrogate and learn a little bit more, because we don't... You might already know, Kane, Ari, I'm sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Iria. My name
Iria.
is Iria.
Kane, Ari, Iria. I'm going to forget all of your names in 5 minutes.
Here, I will spell
Just
these
old.
for you. Let me put these in chat, because I know we like names, right?
Do we know why these people attacked your tower?
Why can't I copy this?
I have to close out this picture.
Damn.
Change the
Damn, I
song.
gotta stop staring at this picture.
I closed it already. I was like, I
Holy
can't do it.
If anybody
Can
wants
we
pictures,
change
let
the
me know.
song?
I'll
It
send
sounds like
I'll
we're
send
at
it to you.
Sounds like we're at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, maybe you were at the Super Bowl, okay?
You rocked the Super Bowl.
Now
I'm
I
gonna
need to check
cosplay
something
her.
real quick here.
That's all I want to do right now is cosplay her.
So, Garmy, you're injured, right? So Kane walks over to you and he just kind of gestures at you and he puts a hand on your shoulder. And you see him have his holy symbol and he makes a gesture in the air. And you see him speak the words. And he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
On who?
On you.
On you.
On Garmy.
Oh. I thank you.
And he heals you for 6.
Woohoo! I'm up to 11
And
hit points.
I'm making this to prove a point right now because the dude can't talk, but this is a verbal spell. So he mouthed the words, and he was still able to use his somatic hand gesture, proving that he still has the blessing of his god that allows him to cast magic. Even though he can't vocalize, he's still able to cast magic.
That speaks to me that I would think his mutinous might be a precondition and not caused by the arrow to the neck.
Oh, where's my water? Shit. Be
Or
right
he's
back.
just really super blessed. Right.
There.
He's still useful as a paladin, right? Because generally, if you were injured in the neck and you had to use a spell that was verbal and you could
I
not
could not.
speak, you probably could not.
I could not.
But
I think I have maybe one spell that I can cast without verbal... two spells I can cast without verbal components.
hang on, I needed to look at something again real quick.
Can we start like prodding the tied up guy?
That's all you. I'm leaving that all up to you.
Do they speak the same language?
Hang on, I want to make sure. I don't remember if it was in the notes. Because he is a. Hang on. Because I edited his form. I edited his character sheet. And I'm like, fuck, what god did I say he was a god of or a paladin of?
Something like Joy or something? Or was that the other
No,
one?
no, that's Ares. She's a cleric of Lyria, who's the goddess of joy. No, he is different. He is, if I can go remember what it is.
Form said, "You've got 10 fingers, but I can break each one in 3 places. Start talking," as though Brea is saying that.
That's perfect.
Who the hell did I choose?
Wait, Yuri's a blacksmith. Maybe she can make the thing for.
I was
Well,
gonna.
I already want to
ask her-
see what Brea can put together. I already want to see that.
I was gonna ask her to see if she can like improve upon the weapons we already have. Like, I
You
don't know
don't
if that's
trust maker?
possible to like take things like my Wakazashi, make it a +1. I don't know if that's possible.
I totally trust you.
You
I
probably
just-
need more of an artificer or magician mage to enchanter to make it +1. Make a blacksmith might be able to make a masterwork if they're a masterwork blacksmith.
Hang on, I'm still looking because I am not sure which of these I chose. Because he doesn't have a lawful good alignment. He's a paladin, but he ain't like, oh, the downtrodden, I must defend them. He's like, what do I need to do
Oh,
to
the
justify go
downtrodden.
fucking
I
shit
gotta
up?
kill the people downtrodding on them.
How dare
What?
you steal from people? No, he's got other problems to solve, and those problems involved beating some ass. Okay,
What kind of
like
paladin did you say he was?
he's
I
an
just-
Oath of Vengeance paladin. I just don't remember which god I chose for him at this time. So I'm gonna choose a new one, and I will try not to retcon it. I can make it hilarious. You want to hear some irony? How about this one, Garmy? He's a paladin of Eldath, the goddess of peace. Because do you know how you get peace? You carry a giant warhammer and you beat the shit out of everything. So on his armor and on his shield is a waterfall plunging into a pool, and it's inlaid with gold and platinum on his shield. It's a very intricate shield. And while he's a paladin, you'll also find paladins who are kind of like destitute and kind of poorish. This guy obviously has some cashola somehow. So, all right. So yes, he is a paladin of Eldath, the goddess of peace. Hilariously enough, I like the irony there. Okay, so do you want to torture? You want to break some fingers? Forms involved. Forms in here breaking fingers. All right.
Yes.
So, let's figure out how you want to do this. What do you want to do? What do you want to ask?
What do we ask? Why were they attacking this village?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and roll some type of intimidation or persuasion, make it worth his
Mine is
while.
Terrible.
I mean, considering
I
we
can do
just killed all of
intimidation.
his friends, I would think that would be an intimidation with advantage.
But he would still be hostile to you, so you would need
Yeah.
to hopefully kind of change his opinion. Yeah, I'll allow that, Garmy. I'll let you roll with advantage on this persuasion check.
Who has the highest?
Meanwhile, I would say that I'm going to let Brea do the interrogating and actual intimidating, but all the while he is being interrogated, I would like to use detect thoughts on him.
So I can roll intimidation?
Yes, you can. And also, hold on a second.
Did you say with advantage, or was that
you
for...
you
Yes.
can roll with advantage.
And while she's interrogating, I am reading his mind with detect thoughts. I am casting a spell slot.
No, I'm letting y'all ask the questions, because Brea's kind of
Well,
dumb.
You're doing the intimidating. We're asking, but I am detecting his
Yuki's
thoughts while
charisma
questions are
I
being
am
asked.
going to
is
ask you
terrible.
to demonstrate for me or tell me how, in fact, are you using your charisma to interrogate him? Because I would think that, I mean, because you chose a charisma check. I mean, you can do a charisma or an intimidation, like persuade or intimidate. But we've chosen charisma, so how are you going to sweet talk this boy into telling you what you
Oh
want to know why
my
they attacked the
God.
village? That looks really good, and I'm hungry now, and thank you.
Camera's not
Oh.
doing right. There we go.
I'll be over
So-
there sometime tomorrow, about
We
1
won't be
o'clock.
here.
So,
We
damn
won't
it,
be here.
damn it all.
It was easier to look at Iria, or whatever her name was.
Right? I think just to start out, Brea has this guy like laid over on his side and is just like kind of like nose to nose with him, just trying to figure out
There you
who he
go.
is, what he is. And she wants to know why they're here.
I want to know why they shot Kane.
Yuki's just like wiping the blood off of her sword with one of the enemy's like partner's clothes, and just like looking him in the eyes, like, yeah, this could be you.
So he tells you that we attacked this area. I mean, you rolled pretty good. Through broken teeth and spitting blood, as you wiggle the rope out of his mouth so he can actually speak to you. Apparently, whatever you said persuaded him to tell you something, and he says, "You can't stop the Frost Maiden."
Frost Maiden? Who the hell's that?
Who's a Frost Maiden?
You can't stop what's coming.
What's coming?
This area,
I'm still reading his mind.
this cursed
So-
area of heat and warmth. And what you detect is this, as you're reading his thoughts, is he's thinking of the Frost Maiden, who is, for you would know this, I won't make you roll an Arcana check, one of the gods of Forgotten Realms. He says, you can't stop her. And all his thoughts, you see a small fortress, might be some type of manor. You see other cultists. And now that's what he's telling you right now on your roll. You can't stop the Frost Maiden. The ice will flow south. The world will plunge into cold. You can't stop what's coming.
Yeah, I believe that's what you believe. And do I get a visual of this? You said I got a visual of like a fortress in the mountains.
You can see that he's thinking of a place like in the mountains, like it looks like some type of old fortress. There's other cultists you see.
So your fortress in the mountains, which direction is that? Which mountain range is that on? Which mountain? Can you tell me where that is?
And I'm gonna have you roll again for persuasion or charisma.
Well, I'm just trying to make
Or
him think
intimidate.
about the directions.
I know,
to get
right?
there
Don't think
so
of
that
the
I can-
white elephant, and we're all thinking of the white
Yeah.
elephant, right? I know your fucking games. Like I know what you're doing, right? It
But
gives
I
you a
will
general
roll.
direction of to the northeast. That's all you know.
And
Points
in
towards
his mind, do I
northeast.
get any more?
Uh,
Can
About
I
the
ask
place
him
at
if the
all?
Frost Maiden is there at this
He's-
fortress that he showed?
he doesn't know the answer to that question. We'll summarize that. He doesn't know, but she's a god, so she sometimes can walk among people. But what you do learn of him is that he doesn't know how to get to this fortress. He just knows it's in the northeast because he tells you he's not trusted. He's kind of like new to the cult sort of deal. So he was brought there, and then we'll say he was kind of indoctrinated. But he doesn't know how he was brought there. He didn't ride a horse. He didn't walk. He was carried in a carriage, and then he was disseminated out. So he doesn't know specifically where the fortress is. He hasn't been there himself. He didn't walk there himself. What in the tarnation is happening?
Peon. So you're a peon and you don't know anything. I should have kept one of the other ones alive.
Better
not this
you're a
one.
peon than you're a poopin'.
We know that I don't read Twitch chat while we play. All right. So, but he tells you ultimately like he was carried there like on a carriage, right? He was fed the instructions, and he reports to somebody. I will tell you that because your rolls were pretty slick. Their name. Hold on a second. That he took his instructions from somebody named Nesnar, but the rest of the cultists that were in the area that attacked Frostfire Cove fled. He doesn't know where they went. Right? Doesn't know where they went. That's pretty much all he knows. But to the north and northeast is where he
There's
assumes
more?
he was taken. Yeah.
I look at everyone. I don't have any more questions for him. I'm still reading his mind, though. I don't know if he figured that I was doing that for about another 30 more seconds, or last about a minute. If anybody has any quick questions.
No.
No.
How many
What do
more
we
are
do with
there?
him?
How many more
Well,
are there?
I'll leave that up to our paladin friend, what to do with him. Normally, paladins are justice of the law, and I mean, he's obviously the law around here, so.
So, while you were interrogating, the lawful good cleric had walked off, right? And comes back and hands Kane a little slate and some chalk. Because the dude can't speak.
Yeah.
So, he writes on this board, and his message simply says, and I'm going to write this for you for maximum roll pizzle. Thank you very much.
What? What? Oh!
Oof.
What?
Very well.
And then he tucks the slate into like a little satchel on his side, and he and Ari walk off, and you can see them move over to some townspeople, and they start to try to clear the streets, and you see other people are trying to put the fire out, like carrying buckets from the wells to kind of quench the flames. And so you're as they move back towards the center of town, they start to help.
Can we ask
Put the
the
pieces back
townspeople
together.
what they want?
He just killed like several of them. I'm completely with Kane. Well, Yuki's
Yeah.
completely with Kane.
Kane
Yeah,
says strip him naked, set him loose in the wilds.
He's not new.
don't
He's
see any
not
reason to
lawful
disagree.
good. He's not a lawful good paladin. You would get that from his
Still,
act.
as far as I'm concerned, he's a paladin, and a paladin is the closest thing around here to law. He might not be lawful good, but in Garmy's mind, paladins are lawful. He doesn't know otherwise. He's not a traveled man.
I mean, it's up to you guys. Do you want to drag him out to the edge of town and leave him in the blizzard that circles the town?
I would just kill him, frankly, and no point in making him suffer. Just put him out of his misery, I guess.
Yeah, he's kind of a minion. I mean, it's not really his fault he's here. He's just kind of shit luck.
Figure if we set him
maybe
off
he's
in the
got
wild,
maybe he's got a little cultist
himself,
family.
he at least
He's
have a
got a little-
chance to survive.
He's got a little
doesn't deserve to
cultist baby.
survive.
Maybe he's trying to take care of.
What if? Can we ask him what he wants? Do you want to
Let his
be let off in the
God
cold, or do
save
you just
him
want
in
to
the
die?
wilderness.
Quick
What was
death
that?
or
I'm
slow?
sorry.
It's like ask the dude. Like, do you want to die, or you just want us to?
You want to take
Leave you
a
in the
chance
cold.
with your frost maiden naked
Why
in the
don't we-
woods? Or
why
you
don't
want
we-
us to
He
slit your throat?
refuses to answer you.
Make him take us to the rest of them.
He doesn't know how to get there.
Yeah, he
He
doesn't
doesn't know how to get there.
Fuck.
He came on a carriage, right?
Yeah, he was brought there, indoctrinated. He drank the Kool-Aid of the Frost
Sorry.
Maiden,
I'm dealing
and
with
then they
something.
were brought back to wherever they picked him up at, and they dumped him out, and they were like, "Go attack Frostfire Cove."
Okay, sorry.
He doesn't
You
know
gotta
why, but he does tell you as part of this case, since I forgot to say it earlier, they've been ordered to collect as many magical artifacts that they can, and that's what they were searching the town for.
When he says that, my Garmy's eyes go, yes, we're going to hunt these guys down and take all their magic from them. This sounds like a great plan.
So, I mean, hence they had, like a +1 bow, on them. Like they have some type of, a +1. I mean, I say magical, it doesn't really have anything other than it's like better than other bows.
Garmy
right?
doesn't care. Magic items, he wants them.
But these guys are just like, he's just a dumb minion, right? He was dispatched to go do a job. He's going to get paid for it. He got to pillage and plunder. So, I mean, but he told you their goal was to collect as many magical artifacts as they can. And what looks magical other than a super awesome, fucking super cool shield that a paladin carries that's super intricate? I mean, I don't know if I'd try to kill a paladin for their shield, but the thing's probably worth money.
I'd probably kill someone for a bow job. A magical
For a
bow
magical
job.
bow job?
He does not look amused at that.
Sorry, I'm dealing with
But the
something.
folk don't have any opinions. Like, you could try to coerce an opinion out of a townsperson by persuading them. However, you're an adventurer. You just help save their village. They don't really feel like they're at a place where they get to decide because they don't mete justice out.
I leave it up to the thug. I say, well, you get to choose.
He won't
Do you
choose.
take your chances naked in the wilderness, or do you want us to slit your throat right here? Your choice.
So he starts to groan and wiggle and squirm, and you can hear him like as he's like just this animalistic scream, and then blood starts to come out of his mouth, and he spits out part of his own tongue
Oh, he bit his tongue off?
because he doesn't want to talk anymore.
I think that's your answer. If you want to slit his throat, you can feel free. And Garmy just walks off.
Well, he can't speak anymore. Frankly, he's useless. There was a part of me that was thinking if we could possibly send him back, he could be like a messenger to tell the rest of them that, like, we exist and we're coming. But now that he can't speak anymore, I think he's just...
Maybe that's message
gonna-
enough.
True. But he doesn't even know how to get back, right? I forgot about that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this guy's just...
And he could hurt
slaughtered them.
somebody else.
Yeah, like, he already killed people in this village, so... Yeah, Yuki's just gonna, like... move this guy out of eyesight from everyone else, or just kind of like off him behind a building or something.
So you're gonna drag this guy out behind the house and just slit his throat, kind of deal.
Behind the
put him with-
woodshed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you drag him out back behind while he's choking and gagging on his own blood, anyways, and you
Like going full murder hobo right now, and I'm okay with it.
you give him the gentle coup de grace.
One
And
extra.
Coup de grace.
Yeah.
What does
You give him
that
the coup
mean?
de grace. He can't fight back. He's totally bound. He just like
What is a
Yuki
coup
just
de
pulls
grace?
the coup de grace is like a free kill.
Killing blow.
right. Right, just a killing blow. So like, and this it's perfectly apt, and I'll tell you that at this point in time, even though Yuki is lawful good, I would not for a one-off shot, I would not say that that's going to change your alignment right now.
This guy we killed all the rest of them. I don't see how this isn't.
But straight
any
up
different.
murdering a prisoner who's helpless
Yeah, he's tied up.
is a bit of
I
a. But I said there's no
guess.
alignment change. But if you start murdering everybody, yeah, your alignment's going to.
We kind of tried to give him an option.
You
Yeah,
did.
What he
Choice.
chose.
Elbow! I'm just kidding.
Steal his leg. Do you want his leg now, Silent? Do you want to chop it off and take it with?
That might
You
change
like
her
grab
alignment.
his
Just
little
take-
like tongue that he bit off. I'll take this.
Uh-oh.
Like put it in your pocket.
Stealing Sarah's arms yesterday wasn't enough for Yuki.
So Iria looks at you and watches as you carry this guy out behind the shed to off him. I'm assuming that you will collect your now bloodied and what's the word for what is the opposite of consecrated?
Child.
Desecrated. There we go. This desecrated, violated rope that you used to bind up a helpless prisoner and kill him. I'm assuming you're gonna collect your rope again.
Yeah.
And
I'll just
and
kind of
then-
like shake it out. Trying to
Sure,
get
and
the-
so Iria
off of
leads
it.
you back and says, "Yeah, we're better off without him." And she kind of spits in that direction as you come back from around the woodshed. I'm assuming, now we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and have you roll for this. Garmy, what do you think? Let's see, most appropriate. Do you want to position the body in such a way as that it looks like you did not just straight up murder this fool?
I wasn't there. I walked away.
I'm asking Yuki. Yeah, sorry. I had changed tacks in the middle of my sentence. So Yuki, do you want to pose this body somehow in a way that it's like you're setting the scene of a crime, right? Like maybe it might not look good if they know I just straight up murdered this dude.
Oh,
The
wait,
townsfolk.
So, the townsfolk. So they didn't
Fine.
see me do it, right? Well, yeah, I stepped
Yeah,
out.
you
of
drag him out
eyesight.
behind a building and like slit his throat.
I
like,
would
whatever.
just throw him with the rest of the bodies. Like they all look pretty, torn up by
Oh,
this
right.
point, right? I'll just toss them
Say
in the pile.
slide it with sleight of hand. I'm trying to think of what the best check would be to see, like if a person looks at it, what would they determine?
No, I
Does
mean,
it-
I wouldn't even make a person roll, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause, I
trying to
mean,
think
we're
about how that
sitting
would
here
work.
collecting bodies anyway.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
probably gonna burn all these cultists in a big pyre anyway.
yeah. I mean, nobody's gonna ask any questions, right? Like,
Yeah, we
I
saved
mean,
their
there's
village,
a reason the paladin was like, "Fuck it, leave him in the cold," and like wanders off, right? Like, no skin off his back, right? So, and Iria tells you, she says, "Yes, I'm the town blacksmith," and she kind of leads you back towards the center of town to where her blacksmith smithy, there it is, there's the word, is at. And you can see on the silver dagger that you had that you had collected from one of the guys. And let me go read this real quick. There's a unique symbol on it that sort of looks like a Fibonacci sequence, but it's of like fire and water sort of like mixed together, right? It's
That's cool.
that's in the hilt of the dagger, and it matches part of the intricate design on Ares' shoulder piece and her arm guard that Iria is wearing.
So it's hers.
As in, it's probably the mark that she has as a blacksmith to tell people that this is one of her masterworks. Right, she
is a
signed her
masterwork
art.
Huh.
Blacksmith. Nice.
Right. And she sees you looking at the pommel of the dagger, and her fucking look goes into like she just gets a surprised look on her face, and she's like, "I've only made one of those, and I gave it to my brother. Why would they have my brother's dagger?" And then she says, "I've got to go," and then she starts to run away towards the north side of town.
You should probably go after her.
Yuki's gonna pursue her just to make sure she's safe and see where she's going and all that.
I hobble after her as
I
well.
just pick Carmi up and follow.
Thank you.
It's like
So
second nature now.
As you weave your way through townspeople in the wake of Iria's passing north towards her house, she comes and you find this burned out structure, and she looks at you and she goes inside and you see her. I mean, she's moving things around and she's trying to move through the rubble, and I mean, shut up, Siri, stop talking to me. She goes through her house and she comes out and she says, I don't know, my brother would have been home during the attack, but they wouldn't have this dagger if something hadn't happened to him. I need you to find him. His name is Femmel.
Where would he have fled to if he needed to hide somewhere?
Now, I would ask if you want to roll a perception check.
Did Karas come with us?
Yeah.
After she had her delicious soft tacos or whatever she didn't share.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Advantage or no?
Can we assist?
Would we have been assisting so she would have advantage?
Oh my
Stop
god!
it.
Can you
Why
say
you do
no?
that?
Can you say no to that face?
No, you can't.
Can
No,
you say
he
no to
can't.
that face? I want you to look
No.
her in the eyes and tell
can't.
her. So
Would
you do
Karas
see.
have had advantage?
Yeah, roll again. I'd say you can assist. You're all searching around, so go ahead and roll again. So you can see that as you search around the house, you can see what appears to be as you sort through the footprints. You see what appears to be like as you picture it, somebody was carried out unconscious by at least two other people, and you can see drag marks in the snow that lead out towards the edge of town.
Would they take prisoners?
They took at least one, and his name is Femmel.
Is there blood?
I mean, the structure's burned, but yeah, I would say there's probably at least some droplets of blood, not like heavy bleeding.
Like at the drag marks.
Yeah, there'd be little droplets of blood that would probably hit the ground that you could detect, but it doesn't look like it's heavy bleeding. Right?
We might want to probably hurry before they get too far.
So we're going?
Yeah, Yuki's going.
So, Iria just grabs onto Yuki and just with both hands is like, I need you to find my brother. And she just looks at you and she says, will you do this for me?
And she says,
And then she starts to
She cannot
cry.
say no
Like
to
you
those
can see, you
eyes.
could see like the soot start to run on her face, right, from her tears. And then she just falls down on her knees and she's like, I need you to find my brother. He's the only thing I have left.
And
I like
after
run over
this-
and I push Yuki over. I'm like, we'll do anything. We'll do
Fucking anything.
Of course we will get your brother.
What the fuck?
If your brother's half as hot as you are, we will find your brother.
Is he
half as
single?
hot?
Is he
He
single?
just flies across the room and hits the floor.
Your brother
Is he
had
single?
While they're like tussling in front of her, I'm like Brea's over there like grabbing her arm, trying to help her back up off of her knees.
And that is today's session.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
No,
You've saved the town.
dude, she's
You've
hot.
murdered a helpless
hot.
prisoner who is probably a pretty shitty person.
Yuki's
We
gonna
also
use-
robbed all of them, and we
For, like-
haven't told anybody that we had that money yet. I was about to
technically,
suggest we
are
give it to the
any-
blacksmith to head out to the remaining villagers, but then her brother disappeared. So
Technically,
And
We
I
can
know-
still give it to her, right? Though she's right
we
there.
can.
I was gonna have Yuki roll like a terrible persuasion check to like flirt with this girl with her -1 charisma. Just
Brother's missing.
I know. It was just for shits and giggles. Oh, and here it goes again. That's why. How can you blame me?
Those freckles.
I know you keep closing it, so I keep bringing the picture back
I
up for you.
keep closing it.
I haven't closed it yet.
I haven't either.
I closed it
No.
like 3 times now.
I have not.
Mother trucker's like, hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and hang on.
This is-
Click.
This
My
has
new
gone
phone
past
background.
Brad now.
You open it again? Oh my god.
Here, I'll
Yugi's
make-
like, I know your brother's missing, but are you doing anything tonight?
Can you meet me at the tavern? Look, I made it a handout so you can open it whenever you want now.
Ooh,
But yeah, so you,
thank you.
you saved the town, but yeah, so picking up when we pick up next Friday, you've got the money, right? What are you gonna do with that? I would think that you're probably gonna want to talk to
Take
Ari.
her out to dinner.
Take her out to dinner at the
Take her
tavern
out
if
to
it's not
dinner.
burned down, right?
I have a quick
Iria
question.
does appear to be a master blacksmith, right? Yeah, go ahead.
So Yuki has a spell I have not used yet. It's called Unseen Servant. And
Ooh.
it basically just is an invisible person who can just do very just basic things. I was
Sweep
gonna
the
ask
floor.
if I have this servant active and we're both like investigating or looking for the perception check, could I get advantage using this person? No, I
No,
can't?
not
Okay.
really. I
No.
don't think so. I don't think that's the way it's intended. It's
Because,
intended to use it as a way to for role play encounters, right? You can use it as I want to cast my visible servant, and I want him to
It to
brush
serve
the dust
drinks.
off of this guy. I want him to brush the dust off of this guy who I'm talking to's jacket without me having to
Make
do
me
it,
a
right?
sandwich.
Right. And
I
so
was
my
I
gonna-
want
help
him
you
to
with
make me a sandwich or serve drinks or
Yeah.
My intended purpose was to try to use him as just reconnaissance, just to go in
Because
unseen and
here's the
scout.
thing.
Basically.
Oh.
the unseen servant I don't think can speak,
and it doesn't
and
have
it's
telepathy.
invisible,
It can't communicate with me at all.
and so
Yeah.
it can't communicate with you at all. You can
Oh.
talk to it and tell it to do things, but it has no way to communicate with you.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
But you could use it for role play, persuasion checks, I don't know how I'm just that guy's laying there and you're like, you know what? I want my unseen servant to brush his hair, right? And I don't know about you, but if I'm laying there tied up in 50 feet of rope and somebody starts brushing my hair, it's gonna weird me the hell out. And I'm probably gonna consider giving you advantage on a roll maybe or something, right? For persuasion. I can make this worse for you, and then suddenly your hair somebody's stroking my beard,
Oh, so I can use that to put me in sort of an advantageous situation like that then? If he's
Potentially.
freaking
Use it
somebody out?
right roleplay wise, I would think
Okay,
so.
okay. Ideas.
But in a combat
I-
perspective, it's not going to do much. You might be
and
able to
I-
distract somebody with it, we're fighting in
I was
a
gonna
banquet
cast
hall.
this in that last combat just to have him potentially tank a hit for Garmy, who was one more hit from death. I don't know if that's okay.
Well, no, because it
I don't-
doesn't have an armor class. It's just an invisible.
It-
It's just an invisible
It said
force in the air.
it only has one hit point, and if it gets hit, it just
It just dispels.
So does that mean it can't take a hit?
Well, they would have to know to hit it, and it's
Yeah,
invisible.
and yeah.
So they wouldn't even know to attack it unless something gave them the ability. You could cast it, and
What about the projectiles just standing in front of Garmy? Like an arrow coming at Garmy, he's just standing in front.
I don't know, because I
I
think
would
rules is
prob-
written there's actual skills and feats and abilities for protecting other people, and it doesn't have any of those.
Okay.
So I would say no personally, but I'll leave it up to the Chief Goblin Lord.
I would say probably not, right? Because for example, I have an NPC I created who's a fighter, but he has a fighting style that's defensive fighting. So
Yeah.
he if he's adjacent to the target, he can intercept the blow and take the damage on behalf of whoever's being attacked.
There's
Right.
also a protection paladin feat, I think, ability.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
protection that lets you add +2 AC to someone who's within 5 feet of you as a reaction.
I mean, you could use the invisible servant maybe as a distraction in combat at discretion, where it's okay, you're fighting in a banquet hall and you're fighting some brigands, and then you order your invisible servant, you cast it as an action, right? And you're like,
Mhm.
I need you to pick up the plates and put them in a pile. And so suddenly all the fucking plates start doing some crazy Cinderella shit and floating and becoming a stack. It would probably distract you, what the hell is that? And then I'd probably give advantage to an attack to somebody, something like that, or
So
I
you would
give them
say-
a roll, something.
So okay, it
You
can
would
be
say
used to
that they would be
communicate.
able to take the help action then, which would essentially give you advantage on an attack.
Because once he's spawned into the world, I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action every turn to make it actually do something.
How long does it last, though,
Uh,
once you summon it?
It just says if it drops to 0 hit points, or if it gets more than 60 feet away.
1 hour. It only lasts for an hour.
It does? Where does it say that?
Yeah, duration
Oh, I
is
see
1
it at the
hour.
very bottom. Okay.
But you could use it potentially. That's the free form thinking of D&D, right? It's like yeet the gnome. Okay, let's figure out how
Yeah.
we want to play that to make it fun, right? Let me use
Which
my
we
invisible
did
servant.
perfectly. That was perfectly executed.
Like, here's another example of invisible servant. You're in a fight and the ceiling's falling in, and I tell you that you have, I don't know, 3 rounds to get the fuck out of here. But the door needs to be opened for you to get out. Hey, invisible servant, please just open the door for me. He opens the door, right? Run for it. You know what I mean? Like, you can do things like that with your invisible servant. You know what I mean? That
But
can still
here's
help
a
you,
use
but they
for it.
don't necessarily have a combat
Here's a
use.
Dark Souls-esque way to use it. You ever come across those doors that do not open from this side? There's no rule that Unseen Servant has to be where you can see it, just within range. So door doesn't open from this side, summon Unseen Servant on the other side of the door, have it open the door.
I can do that.
Ooh,
We can
that's
summon him through
dope.
walls.
Unless it's magically sealed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Aw.
we can get on the other side of walls. Okay, good to know.
Taylor's like,
But-
that mofo is gonna make every door magically sealed from now on, so that way I know
Well,
how he
but,
works.
I mean, I would argue that it could pick locks as long as at your same ability. I would give that ability to it.
Are we assuming he has my expertise and like proficiencies and stuff?
I would make it so that you would roll, but that's me as a DM. Because I think a rogue having an unseen servant, that would be a very rogue thing to teach their unseen servant to do, is pick locks.
Sleight of hand. That
Yeah,
sounds
sleight
fair.
of hand and picking locks.
I would have to ponder that to see
Can
how
it-
I would feel about it.
Can it like guard a door?
Can't attack.
I understand,
it's
but
not-
can it
but-
guard a door? Like, like if something comes up to the door, it can wake up someone. Because it's invisible,
Well-
no one will know it's
Oh,
there.
So I
But
already
he-
have a spell that'll do that for us. I have alarm that I
Alarm.
tend that even though I don't say it every time, I cast it every time we take a long rest. So
Right,
that'll
but that
alert if
doesn't
anybody
answer my
comes and
question.
crosses that line, and it'll wake me up.
So, like, if you didn't have that, would
Sure.
this...
It only lasts an hour though, so it's like if we're sleeping,
Oh.
probably going to be sleeping for more than an hour.
Alarm lasts for 8 hours.
Okay.
And remember that this spell is a ritual spell. Do you get to cast it as not a ritual?
It just says once per long rest. For
Is
the
this
feat.
from your
It's the feat that I have.
the
I
Fey
forgot the name of
Touch?
it.
Was it that you got?
Hold
I
on,
think.
let me look. Magic Initiate.
Magic Initiate.
As a bonus action, you can move up to 15. It can move up to 15 feet and interact with an object. It can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do. A human servant, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fire, serving food, and pouring wine. If you hired a butler, could he pick a lock?
I mean,
I guess if you taught him,
Alfred could.
Fucking Alfred. Alfred could drive the Batmobile. Alfred baller as hell. Lasts for an hour. Conjuration. But it's a ritual, so doesn't it take 10 minutes to cast as a ritual spell?
I don't know.
Yes.
You'd have to tell me.
At 10 minutes is the minimum for rituals.
Okay.
Unless you have like a feat that lets you cast rituals.
No.
I
as
mean,
as a
even
single action.
even with my ritual caster, it's still 10 minutes.
But I'll ponder it. But you can have it still do useful things that, like, hey, that guy I just hit in combat has a torn cloak. I need you to try to repair it. This guy's gonna get distracted. His like invisible hands get all touchy trying to repair his leather shirt and mend it while he's fighting you. You know what I mean? So I might choose that that's an advantage when when that happens, right? But he's gonna keep doing it until you tell him. So you could use it to sort of bastardize the concept. But yeah, I can probably allow that.
Okay, that's good to know.
Cool. But any questions? I know Taylor. It's just over 3 hours. Any questions you guys have? Any names you need me to respell out or anything else like that?
You just want to point out, in an effort to wingman for Yuki, you have 5 bottles of wine.
Oh, offer her some wine to console
Whose
her.
side
for
are
her
you
brother.
on?
All these
But-
houses are on fire, so we've got a giant
Damn.
fireplace, right? We've got
Yeah.
fireplace. We've got
I mean,
it's
never mind the
twilight.
smell.
Yeah, but do you have a dragon?
Do you magical
Are
bow
we
job? Do
fighting
you have a
over
magical
this?
bow job?
Do you have a magical bow job?
Y'all are fighting.
We're about to fight over Yuria.
I
Roll
think
for
she
initiative.
has a boyfriend. I think the other dude that can't talk is like her person.
Well, that has not been confirmed.
Well, he can't talk anymore, so
Yeah. You can't claim her.
Oh man, that's gonna suck to have arguments, right? Like you can't talk, you gotta write out all your answers, and by the
Yeah.
time she finishes your argument, you're like, fuck, let me start again, hold on. 'Cause now he's got his little slate and his chalk to have a conversation. But he still can cast, his god has still blessed him. Even though he's not able to verbalize the words, he can still vocalize them in a way that his deity.
So there's
Can
like no
actually
way
say that.
his voice is coming back?
Nobody has investigated the arrow. I'll give you that as a meta tip. Remember, when she pulled it out, she said a curse and she threw it on the ground.
well.
And then you went off to go do with this fight. So just as a little thing, like, yes,
No,
I
we
said it. I
investigated-
recall saying it. You didn't investigate, like, you searched the bodies, but nobody said they wanted to investigate the arrow
Yeah.
or anything else like that. But she did say a curse, and in a language you didn't understand, and she threw it on the ground near his body. But it is a
I don't-
clue that you can use to investigate next time.
Next time, okay.
I mean, everything moves so fast. I don't expect you guys
I don't
to remember
have a
everything,
dis-
which
I mean-
is-
I would assume if any of us are able to undo whatever spell is on that arrow, it's going to be the cleric. I don't have dispel magic or lesser or greater restoration.
and that's a
probably
mystery.
what that's it.
Like, that's a long shot, even with a +1 bow, and you, a sharpshooter, succeeded in your shot. But the questions that I might have
So no, it's
Was-
temporary. I was a dick to that guy.
was, yeah, you're like all snarky to him, like, what, cat got your tongue? Like, but, I mean, think about it. Was he really the target? Maybe the cleric was the target. Maybe you were the
Yeah.
target. He took a long shot and hit him. But who were they really shooting at? Why were they shooting? Why would the arrow might need investigation?
Yeah.
That hit him in the throat. Why can't he talk? Because normally, if you heal somebody, there's not like a lingering effect. Or if you get hit in the neck with an arrow, I'm not going to say you can't talk. Probably not, anyways, right? Because D&D doesn't really have a damage system like that. But there's clues to unravel. Into the spider's web you go, or is the frost maiden's icy grip?
Oh, that raises another question I was going to ask earlier. Yuki does have background in Arcana. Like, she does have like a history studying a little bit of magic and the gods and stuff. Would she know anything about this Frost Maiden? And doing
You
an
would.
Arcana check?
You would all know something about the Frost Maiden. Because the Frost Maiden is a goddess. Right?
Okay. Is that it? That's all we know?
Well, her actual name that you would know probably would be Auril, who is a not necessarily good or bad, but she is known as the Frost Maiden. She's a neutral evil god, right?
Neutral
And
evil.
her,
Okay.
she's a neutral evil goddess of, nature, particularly cold nature. So the threat that these guys are working for a goddess of the cold, saying the ice will flow south, would be an ominous portent for your group. Like, she wants to make the world cold, maybe, kind of deal. Right? But there's lots of little machinations happening, little puppets, little things happening here, there, and everywhere. It's not violent fun guy, right? It's not the Sturges, right? It's the cold grip of the Frost Maiden. But yeah, it was fun. I had fun today. Hopefully you
was
guys
fun.
did too.
Was
Next
fun.
Friday needs to come quicker.
And Matt Mercer, if you're here on your Smurf account on Twitch, hit me up. Give me some hair tips.
Tommy.
Stop.
He's got his alternate accounts. He's watching this right now.
If anybody on Critical Role wants to guest appearance on this show, I'm not Potatosaurus. I can't offer that, but I will offer that. 'Cause that'd
I'll
be
offer
awesome.
it too. Like, it's totally cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. 100%. I'm going to go back and clip this and send it to him.
Someone needs to clip the gnome yeet, by the way.
I'll get it. Unless Form got it.
Where you rip open your robes like you're a flasher and catch the air and like land on your little nimbly pimbly gnome feet.
Epic.
Like-
And then I just kill the guy right
And
off
then,
the bat.
and then after you land, you're like, I'm gonna Ray of Frost that dude. You want some cold? I'm cold-hearted, baby.
You had like your Mission Impossible moment.
Good stuff.
So yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
it. Next time, even more cold, maybe some levels of exhaustion. Let's see what happens next.
Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Please.
Did you have another question, Silent?
No, that was all for me.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's where we're gonna end it then. Good stream. Good session.
Good times.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool beans. Okay. I will talk to you guys in a minute. I'm gonna end stream. Cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, say bye. Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, you were muted. Do you want me to unmute you? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. How fun was that? Cool freaking beans. Oh, let's mute that. And we'll play this. Nice. Cool beans, you guys. Heck yeah. Puppy stream on Monday. Puppy stream on Monday. We're getting the flu this Sunday. 10 a.m. It's got to be a crazy day. It's got to be absolutely crazy. So yeah, this is going to be the last normal stream for a while. And it's not even a normal stream because we're D&Ding. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Happy freaking Friday. Big thank you to Husher and Ari for gifting those subs earlier. Thank you guys for a level 5 hype train before stream even started. You're all insane. And thank you guys for hanging out. Big thank you to everyone who's on the campaign for being on the campaign, because I would never be able to experience something like this without you. And it makes me happy. We are going to raid out. So if you want to be part of that raid, make sure you copy and paste the top raid call if you're a subscriber and the bottom one if you're not. We're going to give some love to a Spud, who is lovely. Okay. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, because it's Friday. It's a great day today. And then Monday, we will have puppies. We will have one puppy. We will have puppy in the stream. It will be wild and crazy and fantastic. If for some reason you ended up missing what happened today, check out the quest log. Or the YouTube channel has all of the sessions aside from the one that's currently happening. If you want to get caught up with anything. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to copy the raid call. We're going to go give Cass some love. We haven't been able to raid her in a while. Our schedules just like don't work, but it does now. So we got to go give Cass some love. Thank you guys for hanging out. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. You're fantastic. New Spuds, thanks for coming in and giving me a chance. Old Spuds, thanks for coming back. Mods, thank you for taking care of the Spuds. And I love you. I appreciate you. And you look fantastic today. It's true. Husher, thank you for 5 gifted subs. You are breaking your divisible by 4 and 7 rule, or 2 and 7. I'm just saying. But thank you for the gifted subs. Holy freaking crap, dude! You're insane. I I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Erica, thank you for working on Yuria. That was so cool. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic weekend, okay? Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you appreciate them. Give somebody a compliment. Do it, do it, do it. And then tell me you did it, okay? I'll see you guys later.